Round one, fight!
Hey, welcome to another episode of Tournament Fights. I am your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and tonight we put Mr. Brian Nussbaum in the hot seat. It is going to be the start of his top 128 favorite movie series. So this will be part one. We'll have part two in about a month, and then the championship will be about a month after that. And the Sweet 16 from each of the first two tournaments of 64 will make it into the championship, as always, if you've seen any of the series that we've done here before. And I'm excited to get into this. I'm going to have a little preview of his list, and it's a pretty diverse list. I mean, he's got some old stuff, some new stuff. He's got some animated movies, some action, some comedies, some drama. It's just a pretty solid mix. So yeah, one of the most diverse that I've seen. So I can appreciate that. I don't agree with everything on the list, and we'll talk about that. But all movies are subjective, so it'll be fun to talk about it. So we'll go ahead and we'll introduce the guest of honor that for tonight, which he's got the appropriate username, Mr. Brian Nussbaum. How's it going?
Very good. These lists are what these movies make me either when growing up or when me watching them. So yep.
Yeah, and I appreciate or I like some of the pictures that you sent me for the thumbnail. We'll show some other ones on part two, but that's cool. You met the Big Bang Theory cast on the set. You got Hulk Hogan there, and then David Hasselhoff. And funny enough, I actually met David Hasselhoff once at a ski resort. The Sundance Ski Resort in Utah. It's owned by Robert Redford. He was just walking around, and then we just ran into him just randomly, which is kind of cool. But but yeah, and he's actually a pretty friendly guy. So, but
yep,
yeah. But I'll go ahead and I'll introduce my co-host for tonight. We have Austin Pez Howell. How's it going?
Oh, good, man. It's always interesting to see what people put on these lists, and really, it's this whole spirit of this is just what movies make that person happy to watch. They put those movies on, and it just makes them happy. That those comfort movies that they watch a lot, or they grew up with and connected to. So yeah, we'll see what Brian's got going on, and see what the panel thinks about it.
Yeah, sounds good. And then also joining us, we have Malcolm Lay. How's it going, Malcolm?
It's going good. Just ready to be here.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Also have joining us Richie at Goodacre. How's it going?
What's up, man? I like these tournament fights because it's always very diverse. You don't know what's going to pop up, but I like surprises. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only on tournament fights you're going to see some of the weirdest matches. We'll probably get some weird ones where it's like some serious drama going up against a goofy animated movie or something like that you're not going to see too often. So. Yeah, right. Yeah, actually,
with Brian, you never know. It could be a goofy movie.
Yeah, it's all about what trades. So
this one or next one.
I'll say where on the list, but it's
sure.
there.
Yeah, and the other surprise for Brian is I put everything in the randomizer, so even he doesn't know which ones are going to pop up on this first half of the part one. So it'll be some random movies in his top 128. So, but. We also have joining us last, but certainly not least, Mr. Michael Wolfman Windham. How's it going?
Going well. Since this is a big stream tonight, I'm going to honor Brian with. Sometimes I do like full one, but I'm going to give you a full on Wolfhound tonight. So, there you go.
Yeah.
There's our Wolfhound to get us all started. This is my first tournament fights, but this is my first 128 favorite movies type tournament fights or one of those ones. So I'm excited to see what is on this list. And
eventually we'll probably get to yours, Wolfman. I know you're mentioning me off air about maybe doing it soon. So yeah, that'll be fun to eventually get to that too. So yeah, but yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll jump into it. So Austin, do you want to explain how it's going to work?
Yeah, everybody here.
put you over there.
Yeah. Everybody here has been on tournament fights before. It's very simple. Jordan's randomized at least half of Brian's 128, so whatever the first 64 is on here, and has jumbled them all up into very random matchups, as I'm sure we'll find out if he alludes to this list being crazy diverse. And we'll go up and down the brackets, or excuse me, up and down the list here of everybody, and everybody will do a quick vote. Just because Brian doesn't want to go too late, and we'll respect his wishes. Let's try to keep most of the comments and votes to 20 or 30 seconds apiece, kind of in the real spirit of tournament fights, so not too long. If I feel like you're going like 3, 4, 5 minutes, I'm going to cut you off tonight. So I will cut you off if you start to ramble.
You will play the Oscar music.
Yeah, I will start playing Oscar music in the background. So we'll get to it. Again, just to respect Brian's wishes, not to go too late tonight, so we'll do the best we can. We'll go up and down. We'll get the votes. We do have tiebreaker rules should we need them, obviously, with 6 people on the panel tonight. And Brian, if you do have your top 10 handy and something if something gets knocked out from your top 10, we'll say, if something gets knocked out after the matchup, after the fact, you can go, oh, there goes my number 4. Oh, there goes my number 7, something like that. You can reveal that afterwards, but don't reveal it if it comes up as that, and save it. So then we won't know for sure until it gets knocked out. So, and we'll see. We've I can't remember if we've had somebody's actual favorite movie to start their number 1 win this thing yet. I think it's come close a couple of times to like finals.
Chris Scott had his number 1 movie like in the championship.
In the championship and lost to Aliens. Yeah, it was Aliens versus Casablanca. It got very, very close. We still have yet to have anybody have their actual number 1 win the whole thing, but we never know.
Well, I think I was the only. I think I was beside The Godfather in mine. So
did you? Yeah. But was that your number 1 going into it?
Yeah.
No, it was in the rain, actually. I remember it was in the rain for yours.
Singing in the Rain. Oh, yeah. Malcolm said it was Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, that's right. It was close, though. I think The Godfather was at least in the finals.
Malcolm, Brian knows you better than you know yourself.
Hey, it's my number 1 now. So
okay, it is. Fair enough.
We'll also wanted to shout out one of Brian's friends joining in the chat. Shout out to Jennifer. So I know she's excited to see Brian. So she's getting pretty pumped. You got a cheerleader, so
there you go.
Yeah. Yep. And then here you go.
We'll find out what the movies are, but Brian does not have the full control as to what goes forward. That's the point of tournament fights. So we'll see what actually happens. It's the hands of the panel. Yep, anything can happen.
Yeah, but just remember that's all in good fun, because there'll be some movies that will be like, oh yeah, like the top 128, that definitely belongs. There may be a couple where we might kind of laugh and be like what the hell is that here? But it's all a matter of just personal preference, personal taste. So it's all in good fun. So,
yeah. All right.
So we'll go ahead. Let me just do a quick little 2-second adjustment on my screen. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll reveal the first matchup. So we have South Park, bigger, longer, uncut versus the Flintstones. So, all right. Yeah. So we'll start with Richie first.
Wolfman. Wolfman's
Wolfman's first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Wolfman. Sorry. Yeah, my display was a little off for a second. It actually cut off for a minute. So,
all right.
So yeah, Wolfman, you'll be first.
South Park versus the Flintstones.
So this one's actually, I know it's going to be like blasphemous, but this one's actually kind of easy for me. And it's because Flintstones, it's a good movie. I enjoy it, but it's not like anything that's like too amazing for me. South Park, Bigger, Louder, Uncut is one of the funniest comedies ever made, and musicals ever made. So like, I am definitely gonna have to give this to South Park. It's that old vintage South Park humor that made it so like great to begin with, because it came out right around when the show started, and yeah, it's excellent.
All right.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Richie?
Yeah, Flintstones is fine for what it is. I think John Goodman is a perfect Fred Flintstone. And I wish he was in Big Rock Vegas, but that's not entirely. I have enjoyment in this with this with Flintstones. I watched it again recently. It's a decent movie. I mean, South Park, Big Long and Uncut was on my top 64. I think it's I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid. When I finally snuck it in there and watched it, I loved it. I think it's great. Yeah, and the musical can be a bit jarring, but yeah, like I liked most of the songs here. I've got the album, so I'll go South Park.
All right.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, this is easy for me. I don't like South Park. I really do like the Flintstones. I think this is a really good movie. And yeah, it's got to have a lot of early appearances from like people like Halle Berry in this. John Goodman and all that. It's just fun to watch. And so yeah, Flintstones for me.
Yeah. Brian, which one are you gonna choose? I know they're all your favorites, so
Yeah,
I mean, it
for
might be
me,
tough.
Flintstones was one I grew up watching a lot as a child. But for me to rewatches, I'm gonna go with South Park.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Austin.
This one's fairly easy for me. I've never been a big fan of the South Park movie. I don't really like musicals that much, and it is kind of jarring for me in that one. I like the show itself, but the movie I've just never really vibed with. So and I saw the Flintstones a lot as a kid, and I like John Goodman and Rick Moranis in it, so I'll go with the Flintstones actually.
Yeah. For me, like I think that it was fun to see what the Flintstones would actually look like in a live action. Like I always, I kind of wonder why we never got something like the Jetsons maybe in live action. I think that'd be fun too to see, but especially with the George Jetson's birthday recently that happened, I guess. But I think I got to go with South Park. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the fact they made it into a musical, but I mean, we did get some like pretty good stuff. Kyle's Mom is a bitch, and you get
Canada.
you get Blame Canada, which gave us one of the coolest things when Robin Williams came out and sang it at the Oscars. It was like really fun. But I mean, I kind of wish that maybe it wasn't a musical, just a regular, just a movie. But even so, I'll vote for it over the Flintstones. Sure.
Come on, you gotta love such a fucking fucker.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what are the votes at?
So South Park wins 4-2. Yeah.
All right, South Park it is. All right,
Mhm.
moving on. Up next, we have Summer Stock, which is an older classic movie with Judy Garland and Gene Kelly going up against Monsters, Inc. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Richie's up first for this one.
yes.
I hadn't heard of Summer Stock until that very second.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Judy Garland and Kelly, so maybe I'll give it a watch. It might be hard to find. I don't know. You let me know if it's on a streaming service somewhere. But yeah, I think Monsters Inc. was also on my top 64. I think it's a really good Pixar movie here, and again, John Goodman. And might make appearances and all. Is he on all these? That'd be fun.
Hey, he's been in a lot of movies. You never know.
Yeah.
But the chemistry between Billy Crystal and John Goodman's great. I love the concept. I wish we got a proper sequel and not just Monsters University. Hopefully one day before their careers end.
There's still room for it. Yeah.
We'll get that because I really want that. But yeah, Monsters Inc. for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Malcolm?
We'll probably get the movie that Sully watched as a kid made into a movie before we get a proper sequel.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what Summer Stock is, just like the other one, so I'm going to go Monsters Inc. easily.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Brian will have to tell us about Summer Stock.
Yeah,
then,
Summer
'cause
Stock is a
yeah.
musical. It's a musical with it has Phil Silvers in it, Judy Garland, Gene Kelly. But for me, I love Monsters Inc. So Monsters Inc. is my pick.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Well, now I've heard of Summer Stock, so there you go. I'm not super likely to watch it because it's a musical, so that's unless I have to for a show. But I definitely put Monsters Inc. up in my upper echelon of Pixar movies. I think it's easily one of the top 5 or 10 of them, and it's great. So I'll go Monsters Inc. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I had not heard it either about Summer Stock until it showed up on Brian's list, but depends what kind of musical it is, because like musicals are very hit and miss. If it's something more like Singing in the Rain, maybe, or if it's like maybe like one like Mary Poppins or something with like a really cool story to go along with it, then they might be interested. But I just haven't seen it, and so I can't really vote. So I'll go with Monsters Inc. because Monsters Inc. is great. It's got to be like at least top 5 Pixar for me. So yeah, I'll vote Monsters Inc.
All right, Wolfman.
Yeah.
So I've not seen Shutterstock, but I love musicals, so they have a soft spot for me. So thank you for putting it on my radar. I will definitely have to check it out. But no matter how good the songs are and all that stuff, none of them can match up to Kitty, and then you're just in tears after hearing Drew's voice, because Monsters Inc. is just incredible, and we are doing, and it's 2 John Goodman movies back to back, Flintstones and now this. That's great, but yeah, Monsters Inc. one of the best animated films ever made. So
Yeah.
All right, what's gonna be sweet for the monsters?
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
Clean sweep from Mike and Soul. Yeah, right.
All right. Scoot on down here.
We got Sky High up next, going up into Mary Poppins.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, it is.
And Sky High has kind of been a little bit of a tournament fight's favorite. Like it's been voted through it quite a bit here, so we'll see how it fares.
All right. Well, we'll start with Malcolm.
Yeah, because Mary Poppins is even a bigger favorite. I'll just throw that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That in. So yeah.
Look, this is really tough for me because I like both of these movies. But yeah, I really love Sky High, so I'm going to go Sky High just for the pure basis. Mary Poppins does come up a lot.
Yeah. Well, Brian, what did you say?
This is a tough matchup. I love both of these, but for me, Mary Poppins, I love the music. I love the emotional aspect, especially when Mr. Banks walks, the whole walks to the bank sequence turned me up.
Yeah.
So Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, this is tough for me too, Brian, because both these are on my 64. I love both these movies to pieces. I might have been the first person to bring this up in general on Tournament Fights because it was on my original 64. But like, yeah, I love that movie. I would love to see more from this universe, even though it probably won't happen. And you know what? Even though Mary Poppins is probably higher on my list, just because I like to champion it as like an underdog movie, and I think more people should see it, I'll vote for Sky High and show it some love because I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to vote for Mary Poppins because it's definitely the one that I like better. And I've only seen Sky High one time. I need to go back and give it a rewatch because a lot of you guys seem to be pretty high on it. But you see what I did. But I think though that just because we've seen Mary Poppins so many times, like it's actually won a tournament here before. So
Jacob's favorite.
Yeah,
Jacob. His original.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show some love to Sky High. Let's vote Sky High. Yeah.
All right. Wolfman?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's about to be an upset because I too I love both these movies. And I grew up watching both these movies. But I want to go with what was the most nostalgic for me. The one I grew up watching the most. And man, let me tell you, Sky High was Avengers for me growing up. Like this thing was like I watched this all the damn time as a kid. So like I have to give it to Sky High. And also it's like just for the Bruce Campbell cameo alone, I'd give it to Sky High.
It's a good cast anyway. It had a good cast in it.
Yeah, great cast.
Oh, great cast. Kurt Russell. Yeah. Many great.
It's hard to go wrong with Kurt Russell. So yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, I think the good thing about like tournament fights is sometimes you get to champion movies that are sort of criminally underseen. So for that reason, I will also go Sky High. Very popular.
Yeah.
All right. So Sky High maybe pulls the upset here and moves on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, upset.
Yeah,
If you listen heavily, you can hear the cries of Jacob Barber. Although I don't think you'll be too upset about this.
Yeah.
That's fine, well.
Yeah, off in the distance you can hear the cries.
Yeah, but Sky High rules for anybody who hasn't seen it. That movie's awesome, and it rules.
I think Jacob does like it. It's Sky High as well.
Yeah. Well, up next we have Tower Heist. Going against Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Okay. Kind of like Mary Poppins adjacent, I would say. Maybe Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
We're on the same era. Yeah, we're on the same era. Okay.
I don't think Tower Heist is like Mary Poppins at all. Oh, you want me the other one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The
All
other
right.
one.
Well, Brian, you get to go first on this one.
For me, Bed Knobs Broomstick was a film that I loved growing up, but I'll go give Tower Heist. Love the underdog story. It has a good cast. You have Matthew Broderick, Ben Stiller, A. Murphy, all the great casts.
Yeah, for sure. Austin, what do you think?
I've only seen Tower Heist the one time I saw it in theaters. I haven't gone back to it. I mean, it was all right for what it was. I'm glad you get more enjoyment out of it, Brian. That's cool. And I actually rewatched Bedknobs and Broomsticks recently, like a few days ago, because it's going to be on Jacob's list for our podcast we're going to do about musicals. So I hadn't seen it since I was like 5 years old or something. So I had a decent time with it. It didn't hit me as hard as like Mary Poppins, but it was all right. But I love David Tomlinson from Mary Poppins. He's really great in the movie. So I'll go with Bedknobs and Broomsticks because I'm a David Tomlinson fan. So I'll go with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I would also go for Bedknobs and Broomsticks because I mean Tower Heist was fun. Like actually, don't dislike the movie. I have a lot of fun with it. But I mean, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I like David Tomlinson, and now it's based on the Murder She Wrote actress that's on
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, Angela Lansbury. She's great in it
Mrs.
too.
Fox
And then
herself.
yeah. And you got the kids from Mary Poppins in there, so yeah.
No, actually they're not the same. Yeah, no,
Are they not the same?
No. Oh yeah, different ones. It feels like it, but it's not. No, they're not.
But either of them from it? Like I swear that they're like even like
no, they were in a different. They were in a different movie around that time. There's some other Disney movie they were in. I forgot what it was, but they're in a different movie.
Oh, maybe it's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or something. I'm thinking it could be that.
I
can't remember which one.
I'll look it up. I'll fact check it.
One of those movies where they're both in it together. Like I swear.
It's a different movie.
Well, either way though, I do like it better than Tower Heist. So I'll vote for Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
All right, Wolfman.
Yeah.
So this one I have heard of it. I've never seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks, so I'm gonna have to definitely put that on my radar. Now, let me just ask if I have time. Is it like a Disney movie or what?
It's
a Disney film. Yeah,
hybrid.
Couple of those sequences where it's them mixed with the animation, things like that, around 1971, I think.
Okay, so it might be on Disney Plus, possibly.
And by the way, Jordan, the movie you're thinking of is another movie that came out in '67 called The Gnome-Mobile that they were in.
Oh, well, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, because I know they were like both in one. Yeah, like a lot of those kind of blend together because it's like a flying bed, it's like a vehicle. Then you got Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and whatever the Gnome-Mobile.
Yeah, the Gnome-Mobile. Yeah, so that's the one they were also in together. So yes, that's it.
But yeah, again, I mean, I agree with Austin. I'm not the biggest Tower Heist fan, but I am glad that you enjoy it, Brian. It's an all right film for me, but because it's the only one I've seen here, I might have to vote for Tower Heist. So
okay,
yeah,
just to be fair.
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah, I have not seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks yet. It's come up here a couple of times, so I'll get around to it. Tower Heist. Yeah, it was fine. I think like Eddie Murphy's really good in here, but like I think it's people don't think about like him being good in this because he did this movie when it was sandwiched in between movies that were really generally bad. But in Tower Heist, right? I will say I don't know if it's a hot take. Matthew Broderick, not a great actor. I'm gonna be honest. This movie, I don't think I've seen anything that he's been good in. You could probably argue for but whatever. I don't. But just because I've seen it, I'll go Tower Heist, but not like passionately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
No.
I'm waiting for an Evil Dead parody of this called Deadites and Boomsticks.
I would like
Yeah.
Oh my God,
That'd be great.
But I haven't seen Tower Heist. At least I don't think I have. I quite like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, so I'm going to go Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Okay, so with our sixth panel, we have our very first tie. So it's first tie of the evening, and how the tie works is we rotate the actual tie-breaking vote. Just one person gets the tie-breaking vote. We start at the bottom. So Wolfman, you'll have the first tiebreaker vote here for this matchup, and you can go with either one. Even if you voted for one over the other originally, you can switch your vote. So you literally have all the power. So Wolfman will have the first. The next time we have a tiebreaker, it'll go to Richie, and so on and so forth. But Wolfman, you have the power. What are you going to put through?
Yeah.
You know, just for the sake of this, I haven't seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks, so it just sounds like probably it is the more superior film. So I might just say, like, overall, I think that would be if you're talking about like a top 64, I think that one should go in.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. And Brian, I think your parents are watching Family
Yeah,
Feud.
yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Steve Harvey is very happy
Yeah.
about that pick.
Yeah.
In the background.
But not and Broomstick reminds me of this anime I used to watch when I was a little kid called Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland, where it's also a flying bed and he goes on adventures on the flying bed. So if you look at the posters, they're actually kind of similar posters. They're like both at nighttime in front of the moon on a bed. Yeah. But up next we have Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
All right.
Going up against Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 2 comedies. All right. I'm up first. So, yeah. I like Christmas Vacation, but I think there's a lot of people that like it more than I do. I do enjoy it, but it's not one of my super go-to Christmas movies. But I really like the Austin Powers movies, and I think the second one might be overall the funniest of the 3. So I'll go with Austin Powers on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like this is actually a pretty close, but I think The Spy Who Shagged Me ends up like I don't know around like maybe like 150 or so on my overall favorite movies. But Christmas Vacation makes my top 50, and it's just one of the most quotable movies. I've seen it so many times. It's my favorite National Lampoon's movie. When he's like, "Gee, Eddie, I wouldn't be any more surprised if I woke up tomorrow with a head sewn to the carpet," when he just shows up. There's so many other quotes. There's a million. I just picked one. Maybe every round I'll throw a quote if it makes it, but I'll vote for Christmas Vacation. So.
All right. Wolfman.
Yeah.
Well, this will be like the time that oh wait, how's the quote go? Can't remember the quote on the top of my head. I'm so mad. But I think it's that Dick Clark dance with Danny fucking K. I think that was it, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that was Tap Dance with Danny fucking K. So that is Christmas Vacation for me. It is my go-to Christmas movie. While It's a Wonderful Life is my all-time favorite Christmas movie, my actual go-to every year we put the tree up. We always watch Christmas Vacation. I've quoted this thing, I word for word pretty much at this point. It is in my top 64 of all time. So,
all right.
So just giving you guys a heads up for when we do mine. It's in my top 64 of all time. Austin Powers, I do really love this movie, but it's not in my top 64. So I have to give it to Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation is just iconic.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Richie?
Yeah.
This is great. I give Brian a lot of shit. We got a friendly rivalry here, but there's a lot of crossover between my top 64 and your top 128. I got 128 might look a bit the same at the moment, but I love both these movies. Spy Who Shagged Me is my favorite Austin Powers movie. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. When I was a kid, I think the most I laughed was I think they're manipulating the shadow when they're in the tent. They're manipulating the shadows. It looks like they're doing sexual innuendo stuff. Looks like and it looks like it's like Heather Graham's putting pitching like an umbrella out of his ass. So the whole I was like, as a kid immature, I was like that was the most hilarious thing. But yeah, I watched Christmas Vacation a lot. Every Christmas, and it still holds up for me. I don't know why, but both these movies are the same quality to me. Because because I Spy Who Shagged Me has Vern Troy in it, who we lost too soon, and also he adds a lot to this movie. So I'm gonna go Spy Who Shagged Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah. I like Christmas Vacation a lot. It's one that I sort of watch every now and then. Christmas, I don't watch every Christmas, but yeah, Austin Powers' Spy Who Shagged Me is in my top 64, so I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
All right, it's pretty close right now. So, Brian, what do you say? It might come down to you.
Yeah, if I want to go laugh, I'll go with Spy Who Shagged Me. I love that movie. Space me laugh all the time, especially the whole fight in space with Mini-Me and Austin Powers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so Austin Powers will take it this time over Christmas Vacation. All right, moving on.
Yeah, but I will say that I met Vern Troy at a comic convention in Salt Lake City, Utah, and 2 weeks later is when he passed away. So I was really glad I got to meet him. He's a really cool guy, and he really gave a lot of love to the city too. he put a whole thing on social media, going to visit all the sites. And I can appreciate that as someone who grew up Mormon. He visited all the Mormon sites, even though he's not Mormon and all that stuff. So that was fun. So yeah.
Yeah, I met him at a convention as well. I got a picture of him. He's a good guy, really, really nice dude.
Yeah.
And literally, like, and it's no disrespect to him because he's small. It's the smallest person I've ever met, ever.
Yeah.
Like he's so, like when he was walking to his table, like he's so small, but like he was a super cool guy though. Like I miss him for sure.
Yeah.
He's got a cool YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You did, yeah. But up next, we got another National Lampoon, so just right off the bat, Vegas Vacation.
Okay.
Going with Uncle
Buck.
Buck.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, Jordan, you're up first on this one.
Oh, this one's tough because I don't have the same nostalgia as a lot of people do for Uncle Buck. I think it's great, and I love John Candy and I love Macaulay Culkin and I think they have some pretty fun interactions and like just Uncle Buck kind of going after some of their like bullies and like just having some really cool moments, especially when he goes into the school to tell off the principal and has like a cool kind of FU moment and walks out. But I've just seen Vegas Vacation so much more, and I don't know, just like I like some of the lines too, like when they're in the Hoover Dam and he's like I'm your damn tour guide, Arn, and feel free to ask all the damn questions you want. Because then he's like, where can I get some damn bait? So it's another pretty quotable one for me. So I'm actually going to go Vegas Vacation here. So
okay, Wolf.
Yeah.
So for me, I've seen clips from it. I've actually not seen. It's the only vacation movie I've not seen all the way through. Vegas Vacation. So I need to watch that all the way through at one point. But I will tell you, I'm not voting for it because it's if you think about it, it just like it pretty much copies the poster of Christmas Vacation just with casino instead of Christmas.
Yeah.
But for me, Uncle Buck is a fun movie that I grew up watching. I love John Candy, love Macaulay Culkin. It's Uncle Buck is my pick.
All right.
Yeah.
Richie?
Here's a weird fact. Like, even though it's not my favorite vacation movie, Vegas Vacation is the only movie I own on DVD.
Oh, nice.
All right.
I don't know why. I just picked it up. I found it cheap, and then I think there's enough in here to enjoy. It's not like I think I watched it again recently because I sort of dismissed it as kind of a cheap movie, but then because I think that was like the general consensus, so it was pretty bad. I mean, it's not as good if you compare it to the other ones. The remake notwithstanding, but it has its moments. It's okay, but it's like Uncle Buck is a better film, and they're definitely the more memorable film. So I got Uncle Buck.
Okay. Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I too just quickly checked to find out which actor played Rusty Griswold in this to be sure if I've seen Vegas Vacation.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's a different one every movie. That's for damn sure.
And one of them was Johnny Galecki, but I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie Uncle Buck. I've seen the short-lived TV series that came out in 2016 with Mike Epps and Nia Long.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm going to go Vegas Vacation on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, what do you think?
Brian?
I've seen one of these films more and great Uncle Buck. I've seen like 3 times. Vegas Vacation is like 3 times. So Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
And Uncle Buck, Brian is in my 128. I love Uncle Buck to pieces, and one of my top 10 comedies of all time. Like I love that movie. I miss John Candy. I'm glad he had as good a career as he did in a short amount of time because he's great. But yeah, Uncle Buck is right up there for me, so I'm gonna go Uncle Buck.
Yeah. Well,
all right, so 42 for Uncle Buck. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Move that on and move down to the next one. Let's see what we got.
We have
Spider-Man
2 going up against
Just Like Heaven. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I never expected a pop for Just Like Heaven. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's
These
one
are-
of the few rom-coms that I kind of like. Like I don't like a ton of them, but I like that movie. I've always
It's
championed that
a
movie.
rom-com.
So it's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. And he didn't even have to have the title. I have it on DVD, so I know that cover.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. So we're back down to Wolfman to start on this one.
Yeah.
So, just like Evan, that's a fun one. But to me, I've said this before and I will say it again. I not only grew up with it, it was not only nostalgic, but Spider-Man 2 to me is the greatest superhero movie ever made. While there is I think maybe V for Vendetta is the greatest comic book movie ever made, the greatest superhero movie ever made is Spider-Man 2, definitely. So for me, Spider-Man 2, wholeheartedly, it's Sam Raimi's masterpiece.
Okay. All right, Richie.
Well, one of his masterpieces.
Yeah, I also don't think that's the original poster for Just Like Heaven, so it was hard to. I couldn't really. It took me a while. But yeah, I haven't actually seen Just Like Heaven yet. But yeah, so even though I give you shit, I haven't seen it. I'll probably watch it at some point. I like both the. I like Reese Witherspoon. I like Mara Ruffalo. Fine, so I'll get around to it. But yeah, Spider-Man 2. To echo Wolfman sentiments. I think it's one of the best comic book movies ever made. I think Spider-Man 2 is fantastic. One of the best villains. I absolutely love Spider-Man 2. We talked about it on Tier Ranker a bit, and I championed it then, and I champion it now. So Spider-Man 2.
All right, sounds good. Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
I like Spider-Man 2, and I think I know where this is going. I do really enjoy Just Like Heaven as well, just because I'm pretty sure the other one's going through. I'm going to give a vote to Just Like Heaven. So
Yeah. Well, Brian, what do you think?
I said this before, I'll say it again. Spider-Man 2 was the first comic book we ever saw in theaters, so Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
You know what? And just because I'm with Malcolm on it, just because it doesn't come up very often, and even though Spider-Man 2 is in my top, I like the champion of small movies sometimes. I really like Just Like Heaven, one of the few rom-coms I really, really like, and I go back to a lot. And I felt like it when I saw it in the theater, and feel like it today. So you know what? I'll throw Just Like Heaven a bone, and I'll vote for it.
Yeah. Well, I think Just Like Heaven is fine. I think that it is one of the better rom-coms, but. And also shout out John Heater in a small little cameo as a psychic in that movie. But I mean, I'm a Spider-Man guy. If you know me, I'm a huge Spider-Man guy. He's my favorite comic book character of all time. And yeah, I will say though, both these posters, not the greatest poster. I mean, Spider-Man looks cool because he's in a suit, but they're both kind of photoshopped if you look at it. I'll vote for Spider-Man 2.
You mean they didn't actually photo, Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst swinging through New York?
Yeah,
And hey, don't diss that poster. That poster is amazing.
That poster's badass, actually. I'll take that over the Photoshop nonsense that the MCU puts out now, where it's just 800 people on a poster. I'll take that over that any day.
Especially the reflection of
reflection in the eyes is cool.
Yeah. Eyes,
it is cool. Yeah. So.
Okay. So, total side note as we're moving on to the next one. Is it odd that I don't really like watermelon as a food? I don't like it at all, but I'll drink watermelon drinks, like Monster watermelon and watermelon cider at a brewery.
I do that.
I know people like that.
Yeah, I won't eat watermelon, but I like watermelon drink. I like the Mountain Dew melon, thing. I like all that stuff, but I don't like watermelon.
You made your melon, yeah.
That's right. My brother doesn't like tomato, but he likes tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I hate tomatoes. They're my number one most hated food, but I like tomato sauce. I'm the same way. Yeah.
Watermelon drink is less messy. You know what I mean?
I don't like how it's just it's sloppy and disgusting and sticky and but I'll drink a watermelon drink all day. I had a watermelon cider last night at a brewery. It was really good. Yeah.
We'll say that I think watermelon though is leaps better than cantaloupe.
It's the best of the melons, that's for sure. Cantaloupe.
Watermelon.
I think we need a tournament fight of fruits and vegetables.
Right.
I don't know
if
you're right.
do a food one.
You know what? That's not a terrible idea. We could probably come up with 64 fruits and vegetables. Now, don't get me wrong. it will be our lowest viewed tournament fights of all time, but maybe we'll have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, "What the hell? You guys are voting on fruits and vegetables? What are you nuts?"
Well,
It could be a Patreon episode or something.
Yeah, it's a Patreon episode.
let's say the heavy throw would be corn. I think that might be.
No, I hate corn. Fuck corn.
Oh, you hate what?
Whoa,
potatoes.
now, whoa,
Whoever
now.
viewers never met that hates
Okay,
corn.
I hate
I can
corn.
Everyone's
understand.
favorite.
I can understand if it's corn on the cob.
Right, I
and
think
you
this
eat
head just
corn-
got a little bit.
Yeah, right, right.
corn on the cob. It gets
I know.
so
We got to keep moving. We can't argue about fruits and vegetables.
Speaking
We'll
of
save
going
that
fast
first.
tonight, yeah. But yeah, we got
We'll
Home
save
Alone
that
2,
for
Lost in
first.
New York, going up against
The
Disney
Country Bears.
So, here we go.
All right, Richie's up first.
Different strokes for
I've
different
not
folks.
seen Country Bears. Remember when the trailer came out or people were reviewing it and those fucking bears scared the shit out of me? They're freaky.
Freaky Bears.
Those are
It's like
nightmare
Chuck E.
fuel.
Cheese. They remind
Yeah,
me of
yeah,
Chuck E. Cheese.
So I don't know if I'll ever get around to watching Country Bears. Well, but you never know. I've got a nephew. But Home Alone 2, yeah, it does a lot of the same things Home Alone 1 does, but it's still very, very good. I enjoy it a lot. So Home Alone 2.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm.
Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I've seen Country Bears once. Don't really feel like going back to it again. I'm going to give my vote to Home Alone 2.
Yeah, sure. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, Country Bears is a guilty pleasure of mine. I love it because of Christopher Walken's performance. But for me, Home Alone 2 is one of my favorite Christmas films. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
Yeah, Country Bears came out the year I worked at the movie theater, 2002, where I vowed to see every movie that came to the theater because they were all free, and I still walked out of Country Bears. I'm sorry. So I'm glad you like it, Brian. I'm glad you get some enjoyment. That's cool. We all have our guilty pleasures, and it's fun. It freaked me out too. I thought the animatronics were really weird, or the costumes, or whatever you want to call them, were just kind of freaky, nightmare-inducing. They should do a Five Nights at Freddy's movie just with the Country Bears. I think that would work. So I'll go Home Alone 2 because I like the first two Home Alone movies a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the one weird thing about the Country Bears for me is that if you go to like Disneyland or Disney World, you go on Splash Mountain, it's all about like the zippity doodah and like the Briar Rabbit stuff. Then at the end, they just randomly have the Country Bears like sitting there, and you're kind of like, oh, they just.
It's all why I don't think it's in there. Because I
Well,
think the Country Bears has its own show in Disney World.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. But when I went there, maybe they just had like the characters waiting at the end or something, a way to kind of like try to connect that country kind of feel, kind of vibe or something. But if you know me, I'm a huge Home Alone fan. Home Alone 1 and 2 are both in my top 128. I love them to pieces. I've seen Home Alone 1 more than any other movie in the history of movies. I've probably seen it over 100 times. I've seen Home Alone 2 like close to that much as well. So I got to go with Home Alone 2. So.
All right. And Wolf.
Yeah.
I've never seen Country Bears, but I can tell you this right now. After looking at this poster, I've not been as terrified of like animals since I went to the theater to go see Cats. That terrified me and was in my nightmares. Now I'm gonna probably have nightmares about this. But for me, Home Alone 2, it's one of the best Christmas movies for sure. So I'll definitely have to give it to Home Alone 2. I rewatch it, consistently with the first one. So.
Well, maybe Cats would have been better if they weren't trying to take itself so serious, and they would have been like singing kid songs or something, maybe. But
if they actually had the people in the suits, like the Broadway production isn't scary.
Yeah.
If they actually had the people in the suits, then it would actually have been like okay. But it's like the weird human hybrid.
And Jordan, you might be confusing it for the fact that at Disney there's a Country Bears Jamboree show.
Yeah.
It's not separate from Splash Mountain. It's just a show called the Country Bears Jamboree. I don't know if it's still there.
I remember they're like one of the characters was like standing there.
Yeah.
So they got a picture with him right by Splash Mountain. So
maybe they were roaming around.
Maybe they were roaming around or something.
Who knows, yeah.
Such an interesting cast as the Country Bears too, because you've also got MC Gainey, Sir Elton John, Queen.
Jess Ardell.
Really?
Haley Joel
Wow.
Osment. Yeah,
Cedric Bader.
yeah,
Interesting.
Haley Joel
Weird.
Osment.
Daryl
What the
Mitchell.
heck? He went from
yeah.
He must have
Star
paid them a
studded
lot of
cast.
money for that.
Yeah, they must have got a good payday out of it.
Yeah, but next up we have Toy Story 2.
All right.
Up against Harold
Harry
Kumar
Potter.
Escape from Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, nice. That's a match. All right, 2 sequels. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Malcolm's up first on this one.
Yeah, I do like the Toy Story franchise. Toy Story 2 is probably my least favorite of the four, though. I do really like the Harold and Kumar movies, and I actually do really enjoy Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go for Harold and Kumar.
All right.
Yeah.
Brian?
Brian?
I'm going to Toy Story 2. It's my favorite Toy Story franchise. It's one of my favorite Pixar films of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
Yeah, if you'd asked me like a year ago what my favorite Toy Story movie was, I probably would have said 2 until I found myself crying like a little girl on break at work sitting out in my car watching Toy Story 3. And I was like, I can't rank that, that one less. But it's as of right now, it's still my second favorite. I love that movie to pieces. I think it's great. And I love all the stuff in it. And I like Harold and Kumar as well, but that one's probably my least favorite of that franchise. So I'll go Toy Story 2.
Yeah. This one's tough for me because Toy Story 2 is my least favorite of the trilogy, because we got a Toy Story trilogy. Then we have 4 that's like out in left field somewhere. But yeah, I mean it's fun, but I'm also a huge Harold and Kumar fan. Like, I don't know, I just have fun with all the wacky, weird like stuff that they go to like a pantsless party and we're like no one's wearing pants instead of topless. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of weird and wacky and like for whatever reason it just works. And I really like John Cho and Cal Penn. I really like their chemistry a lot. So yeah, I'll vote for Harold and Kumar. Yeah.
All right. Wolf?
So this isn't the one I mentioned to you, Jordan, but also I'm only going to pick one when we do my top 64 just to make it, not like, but I combine the entire Toy Story trilogy into one package as well for one of my favorite for one of my slots in my top 64 films of all time. But because they all hold a special place in my heart. The first 3 do. Especially the first 2 because I grew up watching them the most. And so yeah, for me, Toy Story 2, hands down. I enjoy Harold and Kumar, but hands down, just Toy Story 2 just like sweep it for me.
Yeah.
All right. Richie?
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, it's hard. I've gone back and forth in my mind a few times, but I'll just say I like both these films a lot. I love Rob Cord just doing and how Escape from New York. Escape from New York. Guantanamo Bay. I think he was hard, especially like when he grabs that piece. He grabs the contract or whatever. He wipes his ass with it and it's just brown. He goes, dude, do you even wipe? And Toy Story 2 is really great. I love the character of Pete. I think he's a great character. I don't know. I think it's one of my favorites in the franchise. I think it's the third one's still the best. But yeah, this is hard. I'll go Toy Story 2.
All right.
Yeah.
So Toy Story is going to take out Harold and Kumar on that one.
All right.
42.
Toy Story 2.
All right.
Sounds good. Up next we have Jackass.
Nice.
And you had the original one, right, Brian, on your list?
I had the three of them on my list.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Just want to make sure I didn't get the wrong graphic, but yeah, that is correct. Okay, the first one, and then going to the Big Year.
Big Year. Okay.
The movie that we just talked about.
We have Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Brian, you're up first on this one.
Yeah, I love both of these, but for me, I'm gonna go with Big Year. It's very underrated. I'll shoot my shot for that one.
Yeah. Austin.
So yeah, I've only seen Big Year once. I thought it was all right. I mean, it's probably I'm probably due for a rewatch on it. But like I'm a massive Jackass fan, and the first one again came out the year I worked in the movie theater, 2002. So I watched it a lot on my breaks and stuff, and actually saw it with my dad at one point, and we just laughed our ass off, had a great time. We ended up really liking it, and we ended up seeing all three of the original ones kind of together at the theater. It came like a unofficial little tradition. So I'll go Jackass the movie. I'm a big fan of the franchise.
Yeah. So the Big Year, it's a movie about bird watching, and that's just like a boring concept to me. And I went to go see it, and it was still a boring concept. I mean, the actors are great. Like I do kind of like seeing the three of them, Jack Black, Steve Martin, Owen Wilson. But I mean, it just like I don't know. Like maybe they could have picked a different premise than bird watching for me. Like I don't know. But yeah, I'm a huge a fan of all the Jackass movies. The first one probably has my favorite opening credits with the big shopping cart.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. Seeing all of them piled in there together. I also like seeing Ryan Dunn in there because he was able to be. He was alive for this one. Yeah, right. And like some of the like gags kind of stand out to me too, like the whole like rental car where they did the demolition derby with the rental car, or like the bungee underwear, or like some of that stuff. So yeah, I'll vote for Jackass.
All right, Wolf.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. Y'all are gonna be mad. Some of y'all might scream. Some of y'all might.
You haven't seen any of the Jackass movies. We know.
I've only seen Bad Grandpa.
All right.
Okay.
That's the only Jackass movie.
It's one of my favorite. I actually love Bad Grandpa. Oh,
I
I'll
love
defend that.
I do, and since they're on Paramount Plus, I do plan on watching the rest of the franchise at some point. But because I've not seen Jackass, I have seen The Big Year once. Back from Redbox, remember that? Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I looked at it on Redbox, and it was fun. I remember enjoying it. So I guess I'll go for The Big Year.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the one thing I never understood is why they have all the Jackass movies on Paramount, but then 4.5 is on Netflix. That makes no sense.
Because they
No.
Netflix used to have the rights to them. They probably had already purchased any advanced rights for like some of the stuff, far in advance. And just when the contract's up, it'll come off Netflix and go to Paramount.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things.
Weird.
Yeah, they do that. That happens. So
Yeah.
All right, Richie.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Big Year yet, but yeah, like I do have to give you credit again, Brian. Like it's a solid list. Like again, a lot of parallel, a lot of crossovers. Because Jackass is a big comfort watch for me. All four of them. I've only watched the fourth one once, but I'll get around to watching it multiple times, I'm sure. Yeah, I love the opening. I love the most car. That's one of the more. I don't know if I can't describe word, but one of the more memorable scenes in Jackass movies when Dave England shoots himself in the fucking cat.
Oh yes, that's a horror story.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, oh god, it's so gross. But yeah, and I just think it's a great watch here, and yeah, so I'll go Jackass.
All right.
I'm surprised that Dave England even has nuts left anymore after all these movies. Like he's been hitting the nuts so many damn times.
Well, no, I'm surprised that Danger Aaron still has nuts after he gets hit repeatedly in the new one, multiple times with the cup test.
Both of them, Aaron too. Yeah, but both of them. Yeah.
Anyways,
Don't feel bad, Wolfman. I also have never seen the Jackass movies, but that's partly because I never really cared for the actual TV series. I think I've seen one episode of TV series like, what the hell is this? People injuring themselves on purpose? It's not funny.
Yeah, for our entertainment, Malcolm.
Okay.
America.
You can see the video that me and all my friends made. We made our own Jackass. Actually, have the video one of these days. I'll have to show the crazy stunts we did. We did some wacky stuff,
But that being said, I think The Big Year is really fun. Look, it may bird watching may be a boring sort of hobby to make a movie about, but the combined talents of Owen Wilson, Steve Martin, and Jack Black make this entertaining. And yeah, it's a really good movie. So I'm going to go The Big Year.
All right. So with that, we've got another tie, and this one goes to Richie this time.
It's pretty easy. Jackass.
Yeah.
All right. So
Jackass,
Jackass moving on.
See if it faces any of the other ones that will show up.
Yeah.
No. But we have The Mask and Jim Carrey.
Again, this is my list. What the fuck is going on? Anyway,
The 40-year-old virgin. Yeah.
He plagiarized your list, Richie. How
Not
dare
really, not really.
Welcome to
He,
Richie's
pro-
top
he
28,
probably
actually.
he probably saw
Surprise.
your list and was like, "Oh shoot, I need a top 4 here. Here's my top 64. It was just your list."
Yeah.
So I'm up first this time. I think The Mask is great. It's a ton of fun. But on the other hand, 40-Year-Old Virgin's in my top 10 comedies of all time. I think that movie still works, still holds up, and it's 2 hours before Judd Apatow started making 2.5-hour comedies. So 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, and like I'm like starting to be known a little more saying that I do like The Mask, but it doesn't hold up on repeat viewings as much for me. It just kind of, I don't know, like it's still good, but I mean it's not, I don't like it as much as I once did. But the 40-Year-Old Virgin is great, and I always gotta shout out Jane Lynch. Like she's one of my favorite actresses to do comedy. So and yeah, like it's a great ensemble cast for 40-Year-Old Virgin. So I'll go with that, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
All right, Wolf.
And plus, I think we can all admit that Son of the Mask is way better, right?
I agree. Watch our sequels episode of Podcast League now. Podcast about movies or whatever we did. Yeah.
We're really high on that. Yeah.
No, but I enjoy The Mask. But for me, the 40-Year-Old Virgin is one of the funniest comedies ever made. So I definitely have to give 40-Year-Old Virgin. Now, while I enjoy The Mask, I actually, as a kid, watched Son of the Mask a lot more. Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
You're a madman, Wolf. All right, Richie. You're a madman.
Bit of an aside. One of the most random Christmas presents I got was like Jane Lynch's autobiography. I don't know why. I think Mum saw me looking at it in a bookstore. I'm like, oh, okay, I like her. I don't want to buy a book, but her book's pretty good actually. But anyway, I love both these movies. Yeah, they're both in my top. That will be in my top. They're fantastic. I just think just because it's more quotable, like the 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's also like even though it's only a cameo, it's one of my best, my favorite Kevin Hart performances. Where he's just like, you come up with all these big words. I'm going to take that as disrespect.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go 40-Year-Old Virgin.
All right.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the 40-Year-Old Virgin. I think it is a really good movie. But I like The Mask a lot more. So, The Mask.
Okay.
Yeah. Brian.
One of these movies ends with the Asian Aquarius, so 40-Year-Old Virgin is my pick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was watching recently on Netflix. They cut out a lot of stuff out of it. I noticed.
Maybe it's not the unrated version that they have on DVD.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
maybe that's it.
All right, 40-Year-Old Virgin takes this
40-Year-Old
one.
Virgin. All right.
We'll move it on down. See what else we got.
Good. We got Skyfall.
Okay.
Against Man.
Oh, this is a little tougher. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. All right, Jordan, you're up first. Yeah.
This one's not that tough for me. I'm not that big on Man on the Moon. I don't really get the love for it because I guess I didn't really watch Andy Kaufman and stuff that he did, so I'm not as high on it. But Skyfall, like the toss up between Skyfall and GoldenEye for my favorite Bond movie of all time. I'm really big on both of those. Like you can flip a coin and it could be either one. But so yeah, I'll vote for Skyfall.
Malcolm Dog's certainly happy about that.
Wolfman, are you there?
He must have stepped away for a second. We'll come back to him. We'll go to Richie.
Yeah, man.
I'm back. So
okay.
Okay, go.
Literally just right now, I just had to step away real quick. But
okay.
Oh man. Okay, so I love both these movies. Oh man. Okay. But to me, I think my favorite, it's between GoldenEye or this, but like my favorite James Bond movie of all time is Skyfall, I think. So like it's all the Skyfall and Casino Royale battle it out too, as well. It's like between those three movies, but Skyfall is definitely my top 3 Bond films of all time. So I've got to give it to Skyfall for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Richie.
Again, this might be it might make preemptive. Though maybe the other side is bad, but man, I'm going to give you credit. But this list rules so far. But the drawback of that is this was fucking hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Skyfall is one of my favorite Bond films. Or it's between that and Casino Royale for the Daniel Craig there for me. But yeah, I think this movie is fantastic. I think Howie Bardem is one of the best, one of the better films I've seen in Bond film. But yeah, Man on the Moon is so good, and as well, and I love it. I think I might know where it's going to go. I'll go Man on the Moon though.
Okay.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Man on the Moon's come up on these lists a lot of times. I still have not seen them. So I'm going to go Skyfall.
Yeah. Well, Brian?
Yeah, I love both of these, but I gotta go Man on the Moon. Not the other dog. We see Skyfall come a lot turbine, so let's go with Man on the Moon on this one.
Yeah, we've seen both of these quite a bit. So, but Austin.
Skyfall is definitely one of my favorite Bonds, and but I'm a massive Andy Kaufman fan, like both as a performer and I loved his wrestling days. I thought he was great. I even drafted him on our wrestling draft. I drafted him as a wrestler. Nice. to do his wrestling women thing. So I'll go Man on the Moon, and with that I put it on Malcolm because it's a tie. So
it's a tie.
Yeah.
Skyfall.
Okay.
Actually, hold up.
Wow.
I know this has never happened before, but if
it's not going to happen because we already passed you. Skyfall wins.
Yeah.
You're a little late for that. We were moving on. Sorry.
Yeah,
We're a little late. If you say it before we decide what goes through that.
If we already kind of moved it on and it's already won, we can't really retroact.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wolf. If we were still voting in the middle of it, you could switch. But yeah, we kind of already went there. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
But we have Shrek. All right. Looney Tunes back in action.
All right. Okay. Featuring Bill Goldberg. Am I right?
Yeah.
Wrestlers in movies. Okay. All right, Wolfman. You're up first this time. So you got me.
Ooh. See, I know that I might get flack from the critics or whatever saying that I love Looney Tunes back in action, but like that movie it's great, guys. Like, this film I enjoy it so much. But for me, Shrek it's a classic for a reason. It's one of the best anime films of all time. So definitely going to go with Shrek.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Richie.
I mean, you're not going to get flack from me. I think that Looney Tunes back in action is underrated as hell. I think it's fun. I think it's a lot of fun. Brendan Fraser's great. It's great. Yeah, it's got Bill Goldberg. And yeah, Steve Martin again shows up. And he's being a very cartoonish villain in it. It's fucking amazing. You can tell he's having a lot of fun. And Shrek, I like. This is around the time I think everybody had seen Shrek within a year of it coming out because I remember they being put on in the year at school and it sort of it would ruin the experience for anybody else who hadn't seen it because everyone's just quoting every line in the movie is as it was happening. Obviously it's a very popular movie and I haven't watched it in a while but I really love it. Just because it's not on this list that much, I'm gonna go Looney Tunes back in action.
Well, and to tie into that, Richie, I think when I did on Top 12 Frenzy, recently I did a category of Top 12 DVDs by sales, and I'm pretty sure Shrek was on that Top 12. So I could I bet you it's because everybody bought the DVD when it came out. So everybody had watched it, which made sense.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect time for that. So yeah, Malcolm?
I think Looney Tunes Back in Action is the best live action animated hybrid that Warner Brothers have done for the Looney Tunes. So it's easily better than the two Space Jams put together. And because I suspect we're probably going to see another Shrek coming up down the line, I'm going to go Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Okay. All right, Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Looney Tunes Back in Action. It's quite underrated and had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Austin.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Looney Tunes because it's a Joe Dante movie, and he doesn't get enough love overall as a director. So Looney Tunes back in action for Joe Dante.
Yeah. I probably need to rewatch Looney Tunes Back in Action because for whatever reason I just don't remember a lot about it. So,
Man.
I'm pretty sure I've only seen it once. So I'll probably go with Shrek here. Like it's a fun time. You get to see how Shrek and Donkey met. You get to see Duloc, like that like the little song is like, please stay off of the grass, shine your shoes, wipe your face. Like it's a fun time. So I'll go with Shrek.
All right.
So
with that, Looney Tunes pulls the upset on that one. Sorry, we'll go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, without Shrek, you would not have had, the line from one of the greatest guilty pleasure movies of all time, Master of Disguise, when he quotes Shrek.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of movies, like even in I Am Legend, he's watching Shrek, and he's like quoting it too.
Quoting it.
Is it the first or the second Shrek that has the wrestling scene in a wrestling ring?
First one.
Is that the first one? Yeah.
First one, yeah.
I'll give it credit for that. They have Shrek in a wrestling ring.
They did a spin-off of that with a game. There was a game where you actually do wrestle.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But next we have The Little Shop of Horrors
Okay.
going
Steve
up against
Martin.
Liar.
Yeah, another Steve Martin. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And Liar,
So who's
Liar.
first?
So Richie, you're up first on this one.
All right. I love Little Shop of Horrors. It's great, but Liar Liar, I think it's one of the funniest Jim Carrey movies. I think he's fantastic in this movie. I think everybody brings it in this movie. I can't remember his name. I think he does stuff at the ESPN there. But yeah, he's really cool as Max. More is it more Titty? I can't remember her name. Oh yeah, the one who plays wife.
Morty.
More Tyranny, yeah.
More Tierney, she's good. Like Jennifer Tilly's great. It's just a fantastic movie. Got some great bloopers as well. Where he's throwing with the three Coolsman over actor. It's really funny. That'll always get me. And then and at the end he's like, "I'm kicking my own ass."
You mind?
Yeah. Mind? Yeah.
I just so quotable, and I think it'll go down as one of Jim Carrey's best. And Little Shop of Horrors was great, but I'll go the Liar.
All right.
For some reason, Richie, with your accent, I thought that instead of more titty, you kept saying more titty. I'm like, more titty. What are you talking
No,
about?
that's the lady. That's the lady in the elevator. The lady in the elevator has more titties.
Yeah, lady in the elevator. Yeah, exactly. But Malcolm, what do you think?
I love Lola. I think it's very fun, but I'm going to go Little Shop of Horrors. I think it's a really great movie.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think?
I'll say as well. The color of the pad that I hold my hat is royal blue.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Liar Liar is my favorite Jim Carrey movie of all time. So Liar Liar.
Yeah.
That joke would have worked if it was red.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's good. I rewatched Little Shop of Horrors actually not too long ago, like maybe a year ago on HBO, and it holds up. It's good. It's a musical that I can watch, and I don't mind watching. And Rick Moranis is awesome, and like I said, Steve Martin as the sadistic dentist is great, but Bill Murray's even funnier as the guy who loves the sadistic dentistry. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need a deep root canal today, doc. Just like he gets off on it. It's a lot of fun. But I've said it once, I'll say it again. I think Liar Liar is pound for pound, joke for joke, Jim Carrey's funniest movie, and I think it's one of his best performances, and just I think it holds up very, very well. So I'll go Liar Liar.
Yeah. One of these movies has the claw, and nobody can stop the claw except for the claw's only with just sub-zero temperatures. Yeah. But and Little Shop of Horrors I've only seen one time, and it was fairly recent, and it was good. I really like it because I'm a huge Rick Moranis fan. I think he's great, and then just seeing Bill Murray and Steve Martin, like you said, pop up there, like it's fun. But I mean, I probably could have done without it being a musical, maybe. But that's kind of where it comes from. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the musical came first. If I'm not.
Yeah, it was a Broadway show first. It's been a Broadway
show.
I think it's still on Broadway. I think.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But
I'm trying to say something. His mic's off. You silly goose.
Oh yeah.
He's
No,
miming.
I think the '60s movie came first, then the musical.
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
And
Oh yeah, it's a remake. I always forget that. Yeah. But yeah, Liar Liar, just so good. I mean, it's one of the few movies where the outtakes are like just as good, if not funnier, than the actual movie. So yeah, I gotta go Liar Liar.
All right, Wolf.
I love Little Shop of Horrors, and hey, we just did 2 Steve Martin movies back to back. Between Bad Ash and this. Love Little Shop of Horrors, love the music, everything like that. But I would be a liar if I did not choose Liar
There you
Liar.
go.
It is to me the fun.
Waka waka.
It's not my number one Jim Carrey movie, but it's my number. But it's his number one. I agree with Austin. It's the number one funniest Jim Carrey movie for sure. So
Yeah.
So yeah, a Liar, hands down.
All right.
Yeah, for me, it's right up there with Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber is pretty funny to me, but yeah.
Liar
So
takes it. Yep.
Liar Liar, right.
Uh-huh. All right.
Let's see. Then we have Coming to America.
Okay.
Going up against Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Not Willy Wonka. Charlie.
Okay. All right. Malcolm's up first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like what Tim Burton did with Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I actually think it worked. Because he made it sort of more true to the book. Look, I actually do really like Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. I think he was great, but Coming to America is one of my all-time favorite Eddie Murphy movies. So I'm going to go Coming to America.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, I quite enjoy Charlie Shop Factory. Even though I love the original more, but I still like Charlie Shop Factory a lot. But I'll go with Coming to America on this one. I laugh a lot for this film.
Yeah. Austin. What do you think?
Yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I like some of the designs, and I like Freddie Highmore in it. But yeah, everything else is I'm not a big fan. But yeah, I know it does have its fans. I just watched Coming to America all the way through for the first time last year. I just seen pieces of it, never actually sat down and watched it. It was great. I had a ton of fun with it. It's a good fish out of water thing, some good romantic stuff in it. So and great cast. Coming to America, I'll go with for sure.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like, it's like one of those ones where so whenever we go on like a family trip, sometimes I like to ride in the car with my brother because they have 4 kids and it's fun to just kind of hang out with my nieces and nephews. But every freaking time they're watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on their little TV that like pulls down in their van, and it's like, oh, I can't stand it. And it's like when I first saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like when I saw it in theaters, I remember, and like I wanted to walk out. I didn't, but I was just like what is Johnny Depp doing? Like he sounds like a woman. He's just like I don't know if he's trans. I don't know what's happening here. So and those songs too. The songs most of them just annoyed me, and they get stuck in your head. Augustus Gloop is such a nincompoop or whatever. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, and especially when you compare it to the original, because like. Original is one of my favorite movies. Like it just barely squeaks into my top 128, but it's so good. But so I got to go Coming to America, The King of Zamunda. I've only seen it once, so I probably need to give Coming to America a rewatch. I've not seen Coming to America. I don't know like how it holds up, but I mean I will vote Coming to America
versus not that good.
The number 2, yeah, which is like really confusing. It's the same exact title, but just T.O. and a 2.
Movies have to do that now. They have to like reform or
right.
Well, why didn't they just call it? You can do it less confused. Just call it Coming Back to America.
Yeah, right. Or Coming to America.
And there you go. I just saw Coming Back to America. It conveys the idea, and it's still Coming to America with just a twist on the title. Easy.
Yeah, right.
You don't get confused.
Yeah, so Coming to America from.
Yeah. All right. Wolf.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is leagues better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If I was voting on nostalgia, I would actually be voting for Charlie 5 because I've seen it a lot as a kid. But yes, I'm a youngin. But for me, Coming to America is just the far superior film. Like it's just so funny. And so yeah, I'm going with Coming to America.
All right.
Yeah.
This show makes me feel old sometimes because I don't know if I was a kid when this this one version came out. I was like in my late teens, but yeah, it's like yeah. So so the nostalgia for me would probably be kept Coming to America more. So but yeah, this is really easy for me. Coming to America is one of the better comedies of a classic comedy, and like Charlie Charlie Favourite's got Johnny Depp. Who looks like Marilyn Manson in his movie, in the film clip for Wolfman.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. So I don't know. I didn't really get what he was doing, but yeah, and there's moments in here that are decent. But I'll go Coming to America.
All right, Coming to America.
Yeah, I think they could have salvaged Charlie and the Chocolate Factory if Johnny Depp would have done something different, but he went the way he went. So I don't know why. But but up next we have Aladdin going up against Avengers Endgame.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Brian's up first on this one.
Yeah, both of these are one of my favorites, but I'm going with Aladdin more. It's actually, I'll say here, my favorite Disney film of all time, so Aladdin.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Well, I've made my feelings about Endgame on the show well enough, so I won't go into it. But I think Infinity War is far superior. But yeah, Aladdin's one of the all-time great animated films with one of the all-time great animated performances. So Aladdin.
Yeah. Well, one of these movies is in my top 20 of all time. The other one isn't even in my top 128. So I got to go with Avengers Endgame. I'll just keep it short. So yeah.
All right.
Wolfman.
I would tell you all that it's about to be a whole new world for all of you MCU fans, because I am picking Aladdin. It's just far superior. It's one of my it's one of my favorite films period of all time, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the Will Smith movie, right? Right, Brian?
No,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, if that was the case, it would be amazing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it'd be a different story, but yeah.
Richie?
I like both of those movies, but yeah, Aladdin's a better movie for me here, and even in one of the great worst performances of all time. Even though I think Disney did Robin Williams dirty because he didn't want to be all over the marketing material, because he didn't want to make it didn't want the film to feel like all about him. And yeah, then the movie comes out and he's all over the marketing material, and he's like the biggest. So, but yeah, anyway, but it's still a fantastic movie. Yeah, I'm getting there, Andy. Aladdin. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not only is he all over the movie, now he's like the face of like Disney parks. So they got that Genie Plus stuff going on. So yeah. So he might be rolling in his grave. But Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I do like Aladdin. I think it's good. But one of these movies is in my top 20, and it's Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
All right. Well, the votes are at 4-2 for Aladdin. So Aladdin's going to take out
Aladdin.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think to be fair, I don't think that like people hate Endgame on tournament fights. They're just not as high because you have Infinity War. I think that's
yeah.
So
well, and see, in Endgame, it's like No Way Home, to where I have many issues actually with No Way Home, but it's like the highs are so high that like I can't criticize it too much.
Yeah.
It had so many highs.
So many highs. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so here you go. You got Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Austin Powers in Gold member. I love gold.
Yeah.
I love gold. The look of
and actually, I can appreciate Brian for having a lot of Rick Moranis movies on here. I love Rick Moranis. So
You know my set actors.
yeah, he was. If you remember on our battle show, he was on my list of my favorite actors. So
Nice.
yeah, I love Rick Moranis.
Yeah, awesome.
And I'm up first. Yeah. Goldmember came out again 2002. Yeah, I worked at theater, watched it a lot. It's a lot of fun. Love Michael Caine in that movie. But yeah, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I like that movie a lot. It makes me laugh. I mean, it's a really silly movie, but I've probably seen it as many times as Brian has, oddly enough. Like, I've seen it probably way too many times, but I have. So, you know what? Just because I don't know how much love we'll get on here, I'll vote for Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Why not? Sure.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid's kind of a guilty pleasure for me too. Like, I just grew up watching this movie, and I had fun just seeing this little toddler, like about 100 feet tall, just walk around Las Vegas.
The 5-foot woman.
Yeah. Just
That's a
seeing,
baby.
yeah, and then just just commenting on like different like things that he sees. Like, he sees the giant cowboy. Howdy, Pop Mom, and he like lifts up the like oldest son and his girlfriend, puts him in his pocket and all that stuff. I think that's fun. So I mean, I'm not going to say it's the greatest movie, but I thought Goldmember was a bit of a step down for me from what we got from The Spy Who Shagged Me. So I'll vote Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Okay. Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf.
Yeah. Goldmember, I still have tons of fun with it, and I still really enjoy it, but it is my least favorite Austin Powers film. But I will say that I've seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I've never seen Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, so I'm gonna have to check that one out. So because of that, I'll be giving it to Goldmember. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, I mean,
Richie.
plus that fro. I mean, you can't go wrong with half
yeah. With Beyonce, yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I haven't seen Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves or Blew Up the Kid. I'll probably, I watched the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids again recently, so I probably should have watched the other two after that, but I didn't get around to it. But yeah, I like Rick Moranis, so I'm assuming I'll enjoy it. Goldmember though, yeah, Goldmember was really fun. I've seen it for a few times. I don't usually go to the theaters multiple times, but Goldmember was one of those ones I made an exception for. And yeah, I found it really, really great. I actually think it's my second favorite favorite Oscar Powers movie. I think it's fantastic. I like the new edition of Goldmember here. It's Faja. It's what?
Faja.
Faja, yeah.
It's Faja.
Want to smoke a pancake?
The very svelte, the very tight gold.
Yeah, so I'll go Goldmember. I think it's good.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, I really like Goldmember. It is my least favorite of the trilogy, but I think it's still a good movie. And I do enjoy Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, but that's also my least favorite in the Honey, I Did Something to Them franchise.
Yeah.
Honey, I fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Honey, I shit the bed.
Honey, how come you haven't divorced me yet?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for Austin Powers Goldmember on this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, Brian.
Yeah, for me, I'll go with the Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. I love watching a child, rather young, so Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with that, we have a tie, actually. But Brian, as a guest of honor, this time you get the tie. You're going to stick with Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
Yeah, I'll go with Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. We already have another Austin Powers moved on, so might as well do Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like just for fun, like me and my sibling will like quote this movie like randomly. We'll be like, no nap.
Mhm, yeah.
Just goofing around.
I will say Goldmember has like the best opening with that Tom Cruise like fake movie. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
oh,
yeah.
That opening's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the songs that Daddy wasn't there.
Yeah, Daddy wasn't there.
Retrieve out the air.
Mhm.
If you got an issue, here's a tissue.
Yeah, Michael Caine's awesome in that movie. He's having so much fun, you can tell.
Yeah. But up next we have Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams. going up against the Prince of Egypt.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Vastly different movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yep, vastly.
All right, Jordan.
Well, I think that if I would have had a little more time, I think this would have been one of the ones I would have watched. I just didn't have quite enough time to get to it because I've seen Cheech and Chong, and I think I've seen Cheech and Chong's next movie and the Corsican Brothers. That's all I've seen. I haven't seen any other ones, so it's a blind spot for me. But I do think the Cheech and Chong movies are a lot of fun. Even the bad ones are kind of like a guilty pleasure, but I just haven't seen it. But the Prince of Egypt's awesome. I love the Prince of Egypt. It's one of the more underrated DreamWorks movies. It actually is a DreamWorks movie, and
It is.
and it has great music too, with like with Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston in there. And if you look at the voice cast too, it's a pretty stacked voice cast too. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Prince of Egypt. I own it on DVD and I watch it all the time. So yeah, Prince of Egypt.
All right,
Wolfman. Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I've seen Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, and I think I've seen Cheech and Chong's next movie. I've never seen Nice Dreams, but hey, I mean, I can imagine from what's happening on that poster, they have some pretty nice dreams.
Yeah, some very nice dreams.
Yeah. But Prince of Egypt is one I have seen many times. And like you said, it has a stacked voice cast. My second favorite actor of all time, Christian Bale, is in it, if I remember correctly.
Isn't he Moses or like he's?
That's Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer was in
Oh
it.
yeah.
Christian Bale.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Yeah, you're right.
Was,
yes, Val
okay.
Kilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why I got them both confused, but both Batman. But yeah.
Yeah, they're both Batman.
It's a great one. Prince of Egypt.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I'll put a wager and say that this will be the first and last time Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams as it makes it on the tournament finals. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really existed.
Well, unless we do like a
Stoner
stoner films, like a stoner movie thing, and then we can put all their movies and like the Harold and Kumar movies and the Friday movies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like we can throw them all into a tournament. But yeah, like I think it's a pretty safe bet unless we do something like that.
It's one of those movies where like I think I've seen it, but like if I watched it again, it'd be like I've seen it for the first time because it's been a long time.
Well, you can't remember which scene is in what movie, kind of. They all kind of blend together.
I do remember probably not the Cheech and Chong movie. I think just watched it because of Cheech and Chong movie, but it didn't stick with me maybe as much as Up in Smoke does. So, and Prince of Egypt, I like fine, but I don't have like as much nostalgia for it as other people do, or like I think it was a fine movie, but because I've seen it, I'll go Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm. You're muted or your
I can't hear him.
I was miming all right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm talking about Steve Martin. He's in Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, he's in that too. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
With
he
Martin
is.
Short. So that's fun.
Oh.
I thought you were going to be like,
yeah.
Prince of Egypt, Cheech and Chong do a voice in that. They're comic relief in that movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't believe it.
I think they have done some random.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
animated stuff.
Well, I mean, wasn't Cheech was? I mean, Cheech was in Lion King. Like he's done voices and stuff. Yeah.
They did their own animated movie. I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, I haven't seen Nice Dreams. I think Prince of Egypt is actually really underrated, so I'm going to go Prince of Egypt. I've even seen the straight to DVD prequel they did with Ben Affleck being Joseph. So.
Oh yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill was Judea.
Oh wow.
All right, Brian.
Well,
Yeah,
Brian.
I'm gonna go Prince of Egypt on this one. I love the animation, I love the music, I love Martin Short, Steve Martin's comic relief.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Yeah, I haven't seen Prince of Egypt since it came out in the theater. I don't know, I haven't had really inclination to, but I've seen the first two Cheech and Chong movies. I'm going to get to the other ones eventually because I actually bought all the Blu-rays of them, so I'll get to them eventually. Crack those Blu-rays open. So I'll give some love to Cheech and Chong, but Prince of Egypt's going to move on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Prince of Egypt. All right.
Mhm.
Cheech was also in Fern Gully.
Oh yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah.
And Spy Kids. I did not realize he was in Spy
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
No, yeah. Well, we got some more animation. Emperor's New Groove. We got the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, shit.
Ooh,
Okay.
Disney
All right.
battle. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's like official Disney versus like spin-off Disney, like that other studio kind of thing. Yeah. So Wolfman's back down to you.
So for me, this is actually an easy one. I do love both of them, but like Emperor's New Groove is so groovy. This film is like it is talking about nostalgia. I've watched this film all the time as a kid. So yeah, definitely Emperor's New Groove for me.
Yeah.
Is
Richie.
that my voice? Sorry.
Is that my voice? Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like both these films. One's definitely more memorable than the other. This is definitely childhood. But yeah, I think when it comes to more entertainment, I think I get more entertainment out of Emperor's New Groove. And the cast is great. David Spade, Patrick Warburton, they're fantastic. So I'll go Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
I do like Emperor's New Groove. I think it's a lot of fun. And I mean it's easily my favorite David Spade movie. Over a lot of everything else he's done.
How about you said about Tommy Boy? I saw what you said about Tommy Boy. How dare you? Anyway, you can have your own opinion.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Tommy Boy's not in this matchup. I'm not going to defend. But I think Hunchback of Notre Dame is actually really underrated. Doesn't get talked about nearly as much. So I'm going to go Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go Emperor's New Groove on this one. I see this more. I loved all the humor. I love Eartha Kitt. So Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, had you asked me like a few months back in this one, I'd probably get Emperors, but me and Jacob did like our Disney show on a podcast about movies, and I got the chance to rewatch Hunchback, which I hadn't seen in probably 25 years. That movie knocked my socks off. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was great. It blew me away. The animation was great. Tony Jay as Frollo was amazing villain, really dark, crazy villain.
How far best villain song?
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, great villain song, great music, great look at the movie. I highly encourage people to go back and watch it. It's hella underrated, like Malcolm said. So I'm gonna go Hunchback.
Yeah. Well, I think that Hunchback of Notre Dame, like it's one of the more darker Disney movies for sure, because you have Claude Frollo literally like burning down houses with people inside and like talking about ending people's lives like in a pretty dark way and stuff. And so it is really solid. I actually remember I saw Hunchback of Notre Dame in theaters when it came out because one of my aunts was like a Disney obsessive, like a person still is to this day, but she made sure we saw every Disney movie we possibly could in theaters. So, but the Hunchback, the Emperor's New Groove though, it is so much fun. I love everything about this movie. It makes me laugh so hard. Like, who knew David Spade would be like a great voice for just this guy? Like, I don't even know like where it's supposed to be, like the Inca or Aztecs or something.
Peru, I believe.
Oh yeah, it's Peru. Yeah. So Peru and he's turned into a llama, which is pretty interesting. Like there's like a weird thing within my family. We all really like llamas for think they're kind of unique kind of animals. But and Patrick Warburton's great. Like my spinach puffs and like talking to squirrels and all that stuff. And then Eartha Kitt, actually, like if you look at her in real life, she almost looks like the Yzma kind of in a lot of ways.
She was kind of in Batman series.
Yeah, and like I even like the little spin-off series that they did for on the Disney Channel, the like Emperor's New School. I thought that was really funny when they did the little chalkboard drawing. I would always laugh so hard watching those. So yeah, and I have the like two disc a special edition that they first put out for the Emperor's New Groove, the original one. It'd be cool. Me and Austin, we're gonna go see David Spade perform comedy. If they do, I don't know like how often they do meet and greets at those big arena shows, but it'd be cool to get it signed or something. But I'll vote for the Emperor's New Groove here. So yeah.
All right, so Emperor's New Groove, we'll take it. I'll tell you what I do like about Emperor's New Groove: 78 minutes. I like that.
Yeah,
It's short.
Take note, Hollywood. You can make a full movie in like
Also-
80. You can make full movies in 80 minutes. Take note.
Also, Brian,
Oh, yeah,
Brian
yeah.
is a big John Goodman fan.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
John Goodman too as well. Yeah, there you go.
He's a great
Well,
character
another one.
actor.
I
Cheech and Chong again showing
didn't know
up.
Brian was such a big Cheech and Chong fan.
There's only
I like
two
it.
films I like by them. So
Next
All right.
next
All right.
movie going up against There's Something About Mary.
Okay. Richie.
I've only seen, I've only really, again, I might have seen next movie. I like Up and Smoke and but yes, I don't know. I've seen it, but I know I've watched it. I watched it so many times. I rewatched it again maybe a couple months ago. Yeah, it's fantastic. There's probably like some things that don't hold up as far as like, you know, in the world we live in. I don't know if it would come out today. But yeah, I love, and I think Matt Dillon killed it. Is the best in this movie, how we have to kind of say that the dog that he kills, and then I think it's really, he thought he killed it. I think that's funny. I think Lee Evans is a great British comedy royalty. We don't see much anymore, but he's great as Norm. And I think it's just a good story here. So I'll go this one about Mary.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Going back to Cheech and Chong when we're hearing in animated movies, Tommy Chong was in Hoodwinked 2, Hood versus Evil.
Interesting.
That is a movie, and Cheech was in Cars. But anyway, I haven't seen Cheech and Chong's next movie. I probably won't see the next movie that coming up after that. But I do. I mean, I like There's Something About Mary, and it's a lot of fun, so I'm going to go to Something About Mary.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think?
yeah, I'm going to go with Something About Mary. I love the opening song. I love the random weird narrator singing each moment. I even love the weird brother, and also the cameo by Brett Favre. And Chris Howell is perfect in this film, so Something About Mary.
Yeah. Austin.
There's something about Mary always seems to be on whenever I'm staying in a hotel room. I think I've said this before. I swear to God, every time I'm in a hotel and I'll be flipping around, it's on some channel all the damn time. I don't know what it is, but I don't really like that movie that much. I think it's kind of overrated. I've never been super into it. So this one, I'm going to go with Cheech and Chong. I just wanted to point out something, Brian. So here's my Blu-ray for Cheech and Chong's next movie. I'm right near my movies now, so I can grab these. It was a quick thing. But here's the one for Up in Smoke, which looks way more like the one that's on the screen right now. So it's kind of confusing. Because they went with the yellow for the first one, not the second one. So that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah.
So I'll go Cheech and Chong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the Cheech and Chong movies, they're fun. Like, it's kind of, to me, I don't know, like they play these kind of fun characters, but the movies are never really that great. Like, I hate to kind of say it, Austin, but like Ernest, like I love Ernest, I love the character. But if you're being objective about
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I'll do
Don't go there. Don't
I
you go
mean,
there.
but like really, but anyways, they're still fun to watch though. Like I'm not saying I don't like watching them. I do, but yeah, there's something about Mary though. Like it's a fun time. Like one of my scenes when they're always messing with like the mentally challenged kid, and like when he comes up, he's like, "You see my ball?" And he's like, "Actually, it's over there. That guy has it, but here we don't call it ball. We call it wiener." And he goes up and he's like, "You see my wiener?" And then, like it just makes me laugh, and like it's
You're
not
right.
like
That joke is way more sophisticated than Ernest jokes. I got you.
no. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying
wiener jokes. Woo! Yeah, way more hyper.
yeah. Well, like both of these are just kind of movies that like they're like fun, kind of almost guilty pleasures in a way, but but I probably would give the edge to There's Something About Mary. It's not like I love it or anything, but it's fun. And I also wish Matt Dillon would be in more movies because I think that he's a fun actor to watch. He just I don't feel like he's really done a ton of stuff. Maybe he has, and I just haven't seen it. I don't know, but I'll vote for There's Something About Mary. So, but Wolfman.
So yeah, Cheech and Chong's next movie I've seen once. And I would say this first. Don't worry, Austin. I would defend Ernest because Ernest took it.
I'll defend him too, but I'm not going to say that if you compare him to the top 200 movies of all time, it won't make that list.
It might make my 128. You'll see on my next episode.
Yeah.
So There's Something About Mary. It's fun. I agree, but Cameron Diaz has been in better rom-coms.
She has?
Has she?
I think. I mean, The Holiday. I think that's maybe
Holiday,
okay.
The Mask.
Okay, that makes sense.
There's Something About Mary. Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna still go with There's Something About Mary. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Something about Mary takes it.
So Matt Dillon was just in a movie this year called American Dreamer.
Okay.
Yeah, he does do a lot of lesser known movies these days. He's in a movie pretty called The House That Jack Built, where it was, I think that was last week.
Two movies I've never heard of. Yeah.
Well, no, she has been in better rom-coms. The Shrek movies.
Oh yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Those would count.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matt Dillon was also in that Capone that came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Also these romantic comedy kind of like Less Ordinary, the Danny Boyle film. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, we have Being John Malkovich up against Billy Madison. Interesting.
All right. Malcolm.
Yeah.
I really love Being John Malkovich. I think it's a really good movie. And talking about Cameron Diaz,
Cameron Diaz. Yeah.
Look, Billy Madison is probably one of my least favorite Adam Sandler movies. But I've said that before. So I'm gonna go Being John Malkovich.
Yeah. Brian.
I'm going with Billy Madison. The favorite Sandler film. It's very cool. So hot. What's that behind you? Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have any more gum, Billy Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really quotable. Yeah. Who rules?
Adore rules.
Adore rules. Yeah. Adore rules. Yeah. But Austin.
Yeah, I go back and forth between Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore as my favorite Sandler. I mean, it's probably Happy Gilmore overall, just because it's a good sports movie too. But I'll definitely go Billy Madison here. Although I think Being John Malkovich is really good, and I wish Spike Jonze would make more movies because he makes pretty good movies. This and Her and Where the Wild Things Are. Like, he makes good movies, but he's only made a couple. So yeah.
Technically, it's the second Spike Jonze thing because isn't he involved with Jackass a lot?
Well, I mean, he's not the official director, although he kind of co-directs. He kind of directs a few of the sequences here and there, like a few of the things. Like he'll kind of co-direct with Jeff Tremaine. But yeah, I mean, he's involved in that, but he's not the official director. But yeah, he's only made like 3 or 4 movies. But
his last movie he actually directed came out about almost 10 years ago. That's Her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he hasn't done, like, I wish he would do more stuff because he's a good director. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Being John Malkovich was one that I watched for the first time for this. So I saw it and like, what a weird movie. Like, I don't know. Like, it's good, but I mean, like, it's one of those movies that like it's really good in some parts, but then really kind of all over the place. Like, I don't know what's going on with all those puppets and everything. Like, it's just kind of interesting, but I mean, I'm probably not going to vote for over Billy Madison. Like, I'm a massive Adam Sandler fan. Billy Madison might be my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Like, it's just so good. Like, and I like to find really obscure quotes like what are horseshoes? Are there any horse socks? Is anybody listening to me? And like the old lady on the tour, like just pops in it and like says like the most random things, and then like has a really and then adds a pretty solid villain in I always forget the
Bradley
the guy
Whitford.
from
Bradley
yeah,
Whitford.
Bradley was gonna say from The West Wing. Yeah.
Eric.
He's great. Eric is a very bad man, or like doing the like gibberish. I even had like all the gibberish like at the dinner table. Like scatter scoosh, look, got a tea snack, KO. So yeah, but yeah, like it's a lot of fun. So Billy Madison for sure.
All right, Wolf.
I'm gonna be that weirdo that all are gonna be like, ew, what? That says Punch Drunk Love is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. But
Yeah.
That's fine because that's a good movie, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, just don't say like Jack and Jill.
That's not controversial. My favorite film is Jack and Jill.
Yeah, The Ridiculous Six is my favorite. Adam Sandler
Oh God, Hubie Halloween is my favorite. But no, Billy Madison is fun. It's not like my favorite Adam Sandler comedy though. Like I have The Water Boy over it. I've got Happy Gilmore over it. Other things like that. But for me, Being John Malkovich is one of my favorite movies of all time. And we didn't even mention that my boy, because Eternal Sunshine, I'm Thinking of Anything. It's like my boy, Charlie Kaufman, wrote this film. He is an exceptional screenwriter. And that's probably why it's very weird, Jordan. Is because it's on the same writer of I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and that's a weird movie.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I should have been high watching this movie.
and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So yeah, so he writes some weird stuff, but man, I'm all for it. So yeah, Being John Malkovich is definitely
all right.
We want to be high watching Being John Malkovich and want to be drunk watching Billy Madison. So
the weirdest thing about that movie is John Malkovich turned into Charlie Sheen for advice.
No, yeah. It's weird.
Richie?
Yeah, I champion Billy Madison a lot. Obviously, it's a great film. Yeah. If you stay home, I'll make you wash my armpits. I'll find out.
All right, I'll go to school. Yeah.
But like, and most of the time I'll vote for it. But I love Being John Malkovich. I think it's a fantastic movie. Both these movies are going to be on one, probably, might be Pure 128, but Being John Malkovich is, I think, it's fantastic. Just such a weird concept that just works. I think it's the best Cameron Diaz performance we've got. I think she's the best of her career in this movie. I think she's fantastic, and then almost like unrecognizable. But yeah, I like it. And John Cusack's just a great creepy sort of weirdo like villain. It's the first time I've seen Catherine Keener. It was the first time I sort of saw Catherine Keener in the movie, and she's really good as well. So I'll go Being John Malkovich on this one.
Yeah.
We have a tie, and it goes to me. And I'll break the tie by saying it's Nudie Magazine Day.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh no!
Where's my snack pack?
You
I like snack pack, but can you just give me a snack pack?
Yeah. Jordan, you know how badly I can beat you, right?
Yeah.
This to me is the biggest upset, but
why?
Yeah.
Billy Madison's
Now you're all in big trouble.
It's a fun movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just
Madison's
not as good
beloved
as
around here.
Yeah. Well, like, nothing like the teacher when he walks in, she's putting like paste on her face, and then they're like, which is so weird. Yeah, it's good stuff.
All you do is hang around these drunk losers. What the hell is she talking about?
Yeah. What the hell is she talking about? Yeah. Norm Macdonald, like he's kind of underrated. Yeah. But we got Role Models up next, going against Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Brian, you're up first.
Yeah. I gotta go with Role Models. I laughed a lot. I love the whole weird LARPing aspect. You got the whole ending with Dempsey kiss at the end. So yeah, Role Models is my pick.
Okay.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to go Role Models. I've seen Crazy Stupid Love, I think twice. I mean, it's fun. It's one of the better rom-coms probably in the last 10, 20 years. But yeah, I think Role Models is really great. It's very funny. Another Jane Lynch movie. Jordan, she's really funny in that one. Don't bullshit BS a BSer. All that stuff is fun. And yeah, the kid's great. And I love all the role-playing stuff at the end. I think it's great with them dressing up as kids. It's a lot of fun. So I'll go Role Models.
Yeah, I'm a huge Role Models fan. And Crazy Stupid Love, it's good, but I mean, I don't know, when you put it up against role models, I'm probably gonna go for role models. Yeah, because Jane Lynch, I always forget the like kind of fake like helping kid Big Brother kind of program that they come up with, and like the commercial that they make for it's pretty funny too. So, and then I also like the little black kid Bobby J. Thompson. Like
Oh,
he
yes.
Really
he makes me
funny.
laugh pretty good. And then there's a lot of cameos of like people that'll pop up. You have like Ken Marino that pops up,
Kicking on
Joe
P.
Luchuglio, Ken Jong. Yeah, like, there's some fun ones in here, and yeah, and it might be one of my favorite Chris Mintz-Plasse movies too, just because like he was young and kind of fit the role for the time, and then just Paul Rudd and Sean Scott going around peddling whatever weird energy drink that they have. They're kind of wacky and yeah, and like off the wall. So yeah, I got to go with role model. Like it's fun. Yeah. So.
Dude, I love Jane Lynch's quote real quick where she's like, "Me and that judge have a special relationship. You know, I don't want to get graphic, but I sucked his dick for drugs." she's so good at that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, she's so good. Yeah. Wolfman, what do you think?
So I will probably be the only one here that will show love to, and as stupid or crazy as y'all might think it is, to crazy stupid love. I will.
You're crazy and stupid, Wolfman.
Right? He's turned to love.
Bad joke, bad dad joke.
I mean, alone just for like my girl crush Emma Stone and my main crush Ryan Gosling. I mean, they're just
yeah,
both like exceptional. Role models is tons of fun, but yeah, crazy stupid love for me.
All right.
But something about Ryan Gosling, he's like forever cool to me. Like there's this YouTube video of him just trying British snacks that just came out recently, and like just in there eating a bunch of weird like junk food snack thing. He looks so cool doing it. I'm like, man, if I can only look that cool. but yeah.
We're gonna make s'mores with white chocolate. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
That one guy is awesome in that movie.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah.
Richie.
I also like like in role models, Paul Rudd's hang up with the word venti. It's like but venti means live. Congratulations, you're stupid in 2 languages.
Oh yeah. Classic scene in the coffee shop. Yeah.
Yeah. What
in 2 languages. Yeah.
You know what I had for breakfast? Cocaine. What did I have for lunch? Cocaine. What did you have for dinner? Was it cocaine?
I'm gonna guess it was cocaine.
You're right. Should have been Affleck.
Yeah.
So you can't. So don't hug from behind. Oh, so clearly you can't. But these guys, Jesus Christ. I also appreciate that's the role models poster you got there is the Australian one because I can tell because that's the Australian rating.
Yeah, the 15+ rating. That's right.
It's Australian rating. But yeah, I like Crazy Super Love, but your role models, as you say, I quoted a lot, and yeah, I think it's a really fun movie. I think the chemistry between Sean Scott and Paul Rudd is great. I don't know how you do a sequel, but I wouldn't have minded a sequel of some description of this movie, just because I like the characters. I want to see them again. But yeah. So yeah, I'll go role models.
All right. And Malcolm?
Yeah. Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, I think I need to rewatch role models because I honestly didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Of course.
Of course, it's a hot take.
Of course, hot take, Malcolm.
But yeah, I really love Crazy Stupid Love, and I think it's much better, so I'm going to vote Crazy Stupid Love.
All right. Well,
Yeah. One of my other favorite quotes from like Jane, from role models when like Jane Lynch is like, "This is the perfectly acceptable hug between a little and a big. This is not," and it's gonna be more aggressive. And Sean Scott's like, "Well, obviously we're not supposed to butt fuck these kids."
Yeah, I just said.
I mean,
A little quick stuff scene with the whole pretzel dog sequence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's good stuff. So yeah, role models. But next we have Stuart Little up against St. Vincent.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. I went first. Yeah, it's Stuart Little's an interesting movie. We forget like Michael J. Fox is like the main voice in that movie. I forget about that all the time. But yeah, and St. Vincent's one of the more tolerable Melissa McCarthy movies. I'll actually surprisingly go Stuart Little. It's charming. I think it's more charming than Paddington.
I agree with that.
Whoa,
Might be fighting words for some people, but I would almost agree.
Those are
Yeah.
fighting words, Austin.
Sorry,
Yeah.
enough of that goddamn
What
bear
about-
already.
what-
I'll take
what
the
about
mouse over the
Paddington?
bear.
What
I
about
don't.
Paddington 2?
Oh, what makes you think I'd love Paddington 2 if I don't like Paddington? No, I don't like Paddington 2 either.
Because a lot of people like Paddington 2 more. Like, I know people who.
Yeah.
I don't care for either one of them. How about that?
Yeah. Well, Stuart Little, like it's surprisingly like has a pretty stacked cast. I mean, you got Michael J. Fox, obviously, but then Gina Davis and Hugh Laurie. You have Nathan Lane, Steve Zahn. So it's a fun cast. But I mean, St. Vincent was a movie that one of the two I was able to watch for this, and man, like Bill Murray has not had a really solid movie that I really like for a long time, because I'm not a Wes Anderson fan, so I don't go for any of that pretentious BS. But St. Vincent was really charming and really heartwarming too. They had a really great message near the end, and just kind of seeing Melissa McCarthy in like more of a serious role and not like doing all this slapstick where she's just falling down and getting knocked like over way too hard like she does in like all her other movies. What Bill Murray's character, the kind of a journey that you see and what you find out about him is like really, really cool. So yeah, it reminds me of some people that I actually know. So in real life. So yeah, I'll go St. Vincent. Yeah, I actually really like this one. So Wolfman.
So, for me, if I'm going based on nostalgia, I'd say Stuart Little, but for me, I rewatched St. Vincent not too long ago, and I forgot how really good that movie is and really powerful that movie is. But I'm gonna definitely go with St. Vincent. And if you also want another good and really well done Bill Murray movie, On the Rocks too is another great one.
Oh yeah, I have to check that one out. But yeah, the little kid kind of has a interesting time with Bill Murray. He takes him to the horse racing track and to the bar and into the strip club, and he hangs out with the lady of the night. So yeah, but Richie.
Yeah, I surprisingly really like St. Vincent, and I think Miss McCarthy's better in a sort of in movies that give her a chance to be a more dramatic actress. I think she's really. I understand she's got to appeal with comedies like she likes, but obviously I just feel like once you get nominated for an Oscar, what she did for Can You Forgive Me? It's like maybe I should go down that round.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty well.
Better at that.
I'm pretty good at this. But anyway, I mean, it's one of the better films of Naomi Watts as well. I like Naomi Watts, but she appears in a lot of bad movies, unfortunately. It's a great movie. Yeah, Stuart Little, it's charming, and then Hugh Laurie, Gina Davis, and Jonathan Lipnicki, who is very different now. Obviously, he's a very good looking. It's a charming movie. I
He really let himself go. Yeah.
I watched it a few times. I wouldn't say let himself go.
Jonathan Lipnicki's actually ripped, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I thought it was one of those child actors that
No, Haley Joel Osment kind of gained some weight and got a little pudgy.
Yeah. Jonathan Lipnicki's like a model. He's good looking.
Yeah, he's a good looking cat. Yeah.
Well done.
So, but I don't know why. I'm gonna go Stuart Little.
Okay.
But on St. Vincent, I almost forgot that was Naomi Watts. Like, she doesn't even look like her or sound like her in the movie. But anyway, Malcolm.
I mean, Melissa McCarthy has been in movies that aren't directed by her husband.
Yes.
Agreed.
But Stuart Little is probably Michael J. Fox's littlest role to date.
No, because he made Mars Attacks. I'm taking him with me.
What, he's
Yeah.
smaller in Mars Attacks?
Well, he gets killed,
Yeah.
and he's gonna have 10 minutes of screen time.
I mean, he's literally a little character. in
I know, Malcolm. I was doing the actually, no, I'm fine.
Well, actually, yeah.
Technically.
At this point, you know the old timey like people where they're doing a bad, so you have a cane and you just grab them off stage. I did that to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I actually do have a cane somewhere.
Okay.
Nice.
Jonathan Lipnicki, by the way, that's not photoshopped.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a
So,
Homeboy's ripped.
so he's
Yeah.
ripped now. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember watching Stuart Little once back in the days. But I watched St. Vincent. I think it was last year for the first time. When I was doing Melissa McCarthy movies for Windham, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to go St. Vincent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian?
For me, I'll go with Stuart Little. I watch a whole lot of times as a kid, so Stuart Little.
Okay. So surprisingly, we got a tie. So it goes to Jordan for the tie this time.
Oh, well, I hate to vote against my favorite actor of all time, which is Michael J. Fox, but I just don't really care for the movie that much. So I got to go St. Vincent.
All right. So St. Vincent moves on. Moving on down.
Yeah, Jonathan Lipnicki's in that. He's in that that Screen Junkies parody.
Agents of the Field.
Agents of Field.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we have the Muppets Take Manhattan
Yeah.
up against Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay. Jordan's up first.
All right. Well, I've never seen the Muppets Take Manhattan. It's one of my few Muppet blind spots. I've seen nearly every Muppet movie, but I haven't seen this one.
Is that the one that's not on Disney Plus for some reason?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a wicked rights thing.
Space.
Yeah, it's also not in my. I don't know if it's even in my Blu-ray side. I'll have to go look at it real quick. But
Yeah, it's weird. But in the Prisoner of Azkaban, I do feel like I don't know, like it's good, but I feel like people give it too much praise. They're kind of like, oh, this is the one that got dark, and Alfonso Cuarón and directed it, and like it's just I don't know. I'm just kind of think that it's good. It's kind of on par with the rest of them. I don't say it's any lower or any higher. It's just like right on par for me. And I think all the Harry Potter movies are great. So on par is like a pretty high par for me. So yeah, I'll vote for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, so I have this Muppets 6-movie Blu-ray set, and the Muppets Take Manhattan is not in it. Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I it must be like a weird rights issue with that one movie. I don't know. I have to look into it. So yeah.
And Wolfman, you're up, and I'll be right back.
All right.
Go
So
ahead.
I love Muppets Take Manhattan. This is a fun one. It's not my favorite Muppets movie though. That goes Muppets Christmas Carol. But I will say that Harry Potter has a huge place in my heart, and I will say that Prisoner of Azkaban might be my favorite Harry Potter movie. It is definitely between this or the Deathly Hallows Part 2, but yeah, it might be my favorite Harry Potter movie. I really, really love Prisoner of Azkaban, so I'm gonna give it to that.
All right, so we'll go to Richie, and yeah, I guess so. Muppets Take Manhattan was like one movie that wasn't it was distributed, and the rights are owned by the Jim Henson Company, so and the rights did not revert back to Disney in 2004. So it's weird. There's like a weird distribution rights of just that one movie. So yeah, strange.
Yeah, and as a result, I haven't seen Muppets Take Manhattan, so I can't remember. But yeah, if I can get to it, I'll watch it at some point because I love Muppets. So yeah, I'll have to go to the movie I've seen. That's Prisoner of Azkaban. It's a Harry Potter movie. So yeah, I'll go Prisoner of Azkaban.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, it's only like 3 Muppets movies that aren't controlled by Disney. It's like Muppets Take Manhattan, Muppets in Space, and a straight to DVD movie called Kermit's Swamp.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think I've seen Muppets Take Manhattan once. I just really don't remember it. But I really like Prisoner of Azkaban, so I'm gonna go Prisoner of Azkaban.
All right.
Brian.
Yeah, for me, Harry Potter was Prison of Azkaban was the first Harry Potter film I've seen ever. But I love Muppet Stick Man. I love the music. I love the Muppet Babies first appearance in this, and it's also the last film before Jim Henson's passing as well.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I'll vote for the Muppets Take Manhattan because it's not Harry Potter.
Sure.
But yeah, so basically that.
Did you just make a straight up diss against Harry Potter?
I'm not a Harry Potter. I'm just not a Harry Potter guy. I'm just not. I can't tell the difference between one movie or another. I'm just not a Harry Potter guy. So yeah. So and Space and Manhattan, by the way, are both Sony movies technically with the rights.
True.
So that's why neither one of them is on Disney Plus. So yeah.
Although in saying that, with this new deal that Sony and Disney have made with regards to the Marvel movies,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
might
sure
start
they'll
to
sort it
start
out
to-
at some point. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Well, I mean, they've made a
Yeah.
deal with Sony to get Sony movies on Disney Plus, so maybe that
Yeah,
will help those two
probably.
Muppets get on there.
Mhm.
That's good because I had to watch Spider-Man No Way Home recently on Stars for some reason.
Mhm.
That was weird. But
Yeah, I think those stars for Spider-Man.
Yeah, because-
Netflix.
Apparently, it was mostly Sony that made No Way Home. Apparently, Disney
Yeah.
did not have a
yeah.
big involvement in it.
But what are the votes at?
So Harry Potter, yeah.
Okay. Prisoner of Azkaban. All right.
Mhm.
We have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There you
Yay.
go. That's there. Going up against Kindergarten Cop.
All right. Ivan Reitman that movie. All right.
Yeah.
Wolf. So first.
First off, I'm going to use my wand on you, Austin, for not liking.
You can't make me like Harry Potter. I don't care what spell you
Avada
put on it.
Kedavra.
You're not going to make me sit down and watch those goddamn 3-hour movies and watch 20-some hours of Harry Potter. I'm just not doing it.
Or what's the one that makes you forget your memory and like change it to something else? Yeah.
Yeah.
However, me and Jordan will walk around fucking Harry Potter land all day at Universal because that shit's
Yeah.
awesome. But
Yeah,
That is-
like
that's why I
the
got
actual
that,
world
that's why
was
I got
cool.
that wand. It was.
But I'm just not watching the damn movies. No.
Yeah.
So for me, oh shoot, wow, this is a hard matchup. Like, this might be the hardest one, honestly. Like, I love both these movies a lot. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna maybe surprise people. I don't know, maybe not. It all depends on what goes through. But I'm gonna say Kindergarten Cop. It's just
Yeah.
put the cookie down.
Not
That's
Jingle
a
All the
wrong
Way.
movie. Let's jingle all the way, bro. Come on
Oh,
now.
let's Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Come on, bro.
It's
You
not
guys not
Jingle.
a-
That's
Done,
Kindergarten
bro.
Cop.
Hey, both Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Okay,
Yeah.
so at least it wasn't like a whole nother. But no, it's there is no bathroom. That's Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, that's in that movie. Yeah, there you go.
At least you didn't say like "Hasta la vista, baby" or something.
So I made up for it. It's so there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kindergarten Cop is a
Just quickly, because I'm going to bring up before, we need a Jim Henson biopic. I think it'd be great. Anyway,
I think they're making one. I believe they are.
Maybe.
yeah, it would be
That'd
awesome.
be good. That'd be good.
Yeah, I will. This is hard, but because it's not brought up anymore, brought up as much. I'll just say, boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The little kid from Full House. Yeah.
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 So apparently they're working on one, Richie, called Muppet Man.
Okay.
So they're working on it. It's still in pre-production, but yeah, there's going to be one called Muppet Man. Apparently, somebody's writing it right now. So there you go.
I wonder if Brett McKenzie's going to be involved in that. He the Flight of Conchords guy, that does all the Muppet music.
Well, we'll see.
Paul Williams.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
My favorite from Kindergarten Cop is Get to the Chopper.
Yeah.
But anyway, I haven't seen Kindergarten Cop, but it's on the list to watch. It's on Netflix for me at the moment. But I really love Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, so I'm going to go Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think?
There is no life I know to compare pure imagination with Wonka.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a really dark scene in Kindergarten Cop when like one of the kids gets hurt in the classroom and he walks up to the principal and goes, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." It's a really off-putting line in that movie. So that was just kind of out of nowhere. That movie probably should have been rated R. I'll go with Willy Wonka.
Oh no! Y'all are not gonna let me live that down.
Yeah. Well, I'll vote for Kindergarten Cop. Wait. Strike that. Reverse it. I'm gonna actually vote for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So that's my pick. So yeah,
right.
Willy Wonka.
All right, Willy Wonka goes through.
Don't worry about watching Kindergarten Cop 2 with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So am I the only one that voted King?
Ironically, I think that's when I've seen that one.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Your movie watching experience is weird, Malcolm.
Yeah. Was it?
I mean,
well,
the first one hasn't. I mean, I just caught it when I was on TV one time. I didn't. At that point, it just was a ironic title, but yeah.
I think it's Willy
Wonka, right?
Yeah, Willy Wonka. Yeah, it's another strange scene in Kindergarten Cop where, like, I thought it was highly inappropriate when he walks up to the kids and it says, "I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle." I thought it was highly inappropriate.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Yeah, but I thought it was polite when he walked up to one of the kids and went, "Nice to meet you." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really weird when he stretched one of the kids to a missile and says you're fired and then launches them off into the sky. That was really weird.
Whenever he's looking at the kids, he's like, "Okay, everyone, chill." You know, that's like
yeah.
It's very weird. Hey, the video was in Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Well, we got Dude, Where's My Car? Here we go. Going to be in Jackass 3. All right.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to see the crossover.
Well, Sean William Scott was in one of the sketches in Jackass number 2, I think. He was in the football sketch. Ray Reba is like the referee, where Johnny Knoxville gets smashed on the football field, So sort of a crossover. Richie, you're up first.
Cool. Like I remember like watching Do With Macau and like at the time I was like, what the hell am I watching? Because it's definitely like but I grew to love it, and then that's a super hot giant alien. I like that, and then like I end up really enjoying it. Like I quote the
Daddy, I want to go on that ride. So do I, son. So do I.
Wolfman is cool.
And then however, like Jackass 3 has one of the funniest scenes where I was worried how much I was laughing in the theater because sometimes when you laugh and then your friend laughs and his laugh makes you laugh. It's when like Wee Man and then Stater in the bar, and then then they get into a fight with other little people, and then the police,
little cops and the little paramedics and all
So I was crying. That scene alone, I don't know Jackass 3, but I like Dude Where's My Car a lot.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
I've seen Dude Where's My Car once. Really did not like it. Have not wanted to go back to it.
Well, this is going to be tough for you because you're not a Jackass fan. So what are you going to vote for?
Yeah.
Because of how much I really hate Dude Where's My Car, I'm going to go Jackass 3.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, both of these took a smaller face, but I'll go with Dude Where's My Car, and then no, and then. And then.
Yeah.
Dude, when the time says dude, when I say sweet, dude, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. But Austin.
Yeah, I'm still a massive Jackass fan through this round as well. So I'll definitely go Jackass 3 because it has one of my favorite scenes in any of the movies. The giant hand swinging around and smashing everybody in the face is awesome, and especially the one where they hit Bam with the flower and stuff. It's great. That whole sequence is amazingly funny. It still makes me laugh. So
they bring like a whole tray of drinks or something.
Aaron brings in a tray of soup. They get him to bring a tray of soup.
That's what it is. Yeah.
He fell for the soup.
I like the Bam one because when it hits him, he just disappears.
No, the one angle, he goes completely off screen and it's great.
And you'll think when people's butt had like slap each other in 3D.
Oh yeah, the Beavis about to do the intro for it. You're about to see a movie in 3D. Yeah, it was great.
Oh yeah, in 3D. Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Jackass 3. Like I do have a lot of fun with Dude, Where's My Car? Like it just like I actually it pulled up to a drive-through, and the drive-through person, like we were trying to order, and they started going, and we're like, what's happening here? Is this Dude, Where's My Car? So we're like, and then I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna kick your ass if you say and then again. Yeah. But yeah. But Jackass 3, yeah, like it just has a lot of things that I felt like the fourth one was kind of missing. But I do really like the Jackass 4. But I miss Bam in there. I know there's a lot of drug-related issues that he's had. So I hope he gets.
If you look at him closely, he's in the
yeah. Very briefly, but and then there's also they do more of the party boy stuff with Chris Pontius. That's one of my favorite things. They weren't able to do it for the fourth one because of COVID and stuff. Can't be like rubbing up against people and stuff. But and then they do the thing where they're like strapped to a rocket and they shoot off into the water too.
Yes.
Like, yeah. So that's fun and yeah.
Which he would have died.
Yeah, but this is a closer matchup than I would have thought though. So, but I'll go Jackass 3.
Yeah, Wolf.
I've not seen Jackass 3, so I have seen Dude, Where's My Car? And I think it's fun, so I'll pick Dude, Where's My Car?
Okay.
Yeah, but at the very end, like it's just funny when like, dude, where's my car? They wake up and like, oh, there it is, and it's just like across the street or something. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he's high or something. Yeah.
I think they were initially going to do a sequel called Seriously Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
I would have been down for that, but yeah.
All right,
so,
Jackass, yeah.
Jackass?
Well, Jackass 3 is also interesting to go back and watch because it was the first one where Steve-O was like sober. He had been sober for like a year or something.
Yeah.
So like he's a lot more nervous to do everything in the movie because he's not, high on drugs. So
yeah.
he's like more shaky and stuff. But yeah, so it's just an interesting timepiece as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew Steve-O would be the voice of reason 10 years later and Bam would not be?
Right.
When he would be the straight sober one and Bam would be the one that would go off the rails. Yeah. So there you go.
That's the same one with the wind tunnel where they're like trying to walk through the wind thing and they're like flying backwards. That's the third one or the second? I can't remember.
It depends on the sketch. I don't know. Something like that.
With a giant fan and they're all outside. It's like this big giant fan. Things are flying everywhere.
Oh, you mean the plane? The back of the
That's
plane?
supposed to be the whole.
Yeah, maybe it's the jet engine. Yeah, the jet engine.
Yeah, I got him with the jet engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the third one.
Yeah. But we have All of Me. It's a Steve Martin movie. Lily Tomlin. They're up against Batman Begins. Okay.
All right, Malcolm. I think that's Malcolm's favorite of the Dark Knight trilogy. I believe he stated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen All of Me. But yeah, I really love Batman Begins, so Batman Begins.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Batman because this was the first Batman film I ever saw in theaters as well.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin.
That's quite a claim they've got on the poster there for All of Me. The best American comedy since Tootsie. That's a bold claim. Bold claim for a movie. It's a bold claim for a movie that I've never heard of, right, Richie?
It only came out 4 years after Tootsie.
I know, but that's still a pretty bold claim.
Like how many great '80s comedies there are?
Yeah. Anyways, I haven't seen it, or I don't even know if I'd heard of that. Maybe even in passing, but I'll go with Batman. Batman Begins is almost to the point where it's kind of underrated at this point. It's very strange because it's a great movie, but I'll go Batman Begins.
Yeah. And I also had never heard of All of Me until I saw this list. So this might be a case of we all just haven't seen it. But so yeah, I don't really have anything to say. So but Batman Begins is my favorite of the trilogy. Also, I think it's really cool. It's seeing how he trains and just seeing him like training with Ra's al Ghul, and then he has to fight him, and then you have the Scarecrow, and it's just it's a good time. So yeah, I'll vote Batman Begins.
Okay, so All of Me was in '84 as well. It's only 2 years after Tootsie. I mean, that's like, it's the best American comedy to come out in the last 2 years.
Same year as Ghostbusters.
Yeah, same year as Ghostbusters is a big fucking claim.
Yeah. Who said that? Can you see who that was?
New York Times, I think, is what it says there.
Oh, New York Times.
Yikes.
It's probably one of those things that are like taken out of context. I don't know. Like
I don't know.
they
You can't really take it. Yeah, this would have been the best American comedy since Tootsie, but however,
however, yeah.
Well, who knows?
But,
All of Me might be like a fantastic movie. I mean, it might be like,
we haven't seen it. It might be a laugh riot. Come on, guys.
I mean, not that it means anything, but Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin was nominated for Golden Globes. So.
Yeah. I mean, you never know, but Wolfman, what do you think?
and as we all know, Golden Globes are the most important award show.
Yeah. They mean a lot.
So for me, I've not seen All of Me. I know the John Legend song, All of Me.
Yeah, so I always think of too.
But for me, I'm gonna go with Batman Begins. It's just it's probably the greatest Batman origin story that we have. It's just all around fantastic. Christian Bale is great. Katie Holmes is definitely better than Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking about that in the role of Rachel. So yeah, Batman Begins.
Yep, All of Me votes for Batman Begins. Richie?
Richie.
Yeah, I've never heard of All of Me, but if one Golden, it's kind of an indictment on Golden Globes. If it got nominated for Golden Globes, and I've never heard of the movie, obviously didn't hold up, or maybe no one saw it. I don't know what their box office takings were. But yeah, I don't know. I might watch it one day. Who knows? It seems like a movie that'd be really hard to find on streaming platforms. But anyway, Batman Begins is a great origin story and one of the best Batman movies we've got. So I'll go Batman Begins.
Yeah, and Ghostbusters came out like 3 months before All of Me. So get the fuck out of here with that best American comedy since Tootsie. Fuck off.
and also, people are like saying like, oh well, they got nominated for Golden Globes and never heard of it. No one heard of Music when that was nominated for.
Well, I only heard of Music because of the controversy.
But when it was nominated, no one heard of it. They're like, what? And then it's like, then you watched it and heard about it, and it was like, oh.
Well, 1984 had like Gremlins, Top Secret, the original Police Academy is really funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Beverly Hills Cop, Spinal Tap. I mean, come on. There was at least a few more that are better than that. So sorry. Yeah. All right.
You have not seen All of Me. What if it is like
true?
All better than any of those movies.
So
I heard about it.
So All of Me's worldwide box office was $36 million. That's only from the domestic box office. Anyway, it doesn't have an international taking, and it's 85% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Maybe the person of New York Times was an intern, and he had to see it.
Yeah, right. 1984. If you would have gone up to like 100 people on the street, what do you think is the best American comedy since Tootsie? What would you say? I don't think they're going to say All of Me. They're not. They're just not.
Hey, Brian likes it. Maybe it's that good. I don't know.
It's quite good body swap film.
It's a body swap. It's a body swap movie. So I guess if you like body swap movies.
Body swap. Okay.
Yeah, it's a body swap movie.
Okay, I might watch it now.
That's fine. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So up next we got Matilda. Going up against Hot Rod. Ooh. Okay.
By the way, all of me is free with ads on YouTube, so it's easy to find.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, we'll check it out, and then we'll reevaluate that, Steve.
Yeah, I'll reevaluate if between 1982 and 1984 it was the best comedy since Tootsie. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, Brian, you're up first for this one, man.
Yeah, I cried during Matilda a lot, but Hot Rod for me was very surprising. It made me chuckle a lot, especially the whole Richardson dance sequence with the flyers and always showing each section of him doing his weird dance. So Hot Rod.
Yeah. Awesome.
No, I really do like Matilda a lot. I think Matilda holds up pretty well. It's great, and but Hot Rod is is, I think, one of the best comedies of the 2000s. Really underrated still, and really great, and it's very, very funny. So I'll go Hot Rod.
Yeah, I mean, his name is Rod, and he likes to party. I mean, come on, and like, yeah, there's so many good scenes. But the thing is, I rewatched Hot Rod lately. That movie's kind of disjointed, though. It just kind of goes from scene to scene, and the scenes don't really connect from one to the next. You're just
That's what's great about it. It's kind of
and
random.
Boom, you're in the next scene. But yeah, like it still works for whatever reason. Yeah, because yeah, like it's just really random, and like I don't mind really random things. I always like when he's trying to fight Frank, his stepdad. Like he always wants to fight him, even when he's on his like deathbed, like he's sick and like can't get out of bed. He still wants to fight him because he knows that's what Frank would have wanted. So Brian mentioned the dance scene like in the woods, and then when he falls down the hill and he's literally rolling for like 30 seconds to a minute or something, like some ridiculous amount of time. Like it's a lot of fun. So yeah, and yeah, I'll just say that. So Matilda's fun. Like it's a movie from my childhood that like a lot of like my extended family, they like to bring it up and then watch that movie a lot. And it is decent, but I mean I like Hot Rod better, so I'll vote Hot Rod.
All right.
So, a Wolfman.
Wolf.
Yeah. So both these movies are fun, but I'm gonna go with the one that all the ladies called me in high school, and that was Hot Rod.
Matilda.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Oh, look, here comes Matilda coming down the hall.
Austin, how did you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, you laid it out, dude. It was too easy.
Spoil that one. Yeah.
If you hadn't paused so much, I would have gone for it.
I was thinking about those.
Yeah. But Richie, what do you think?
But if you Matilda, I've watched a bunch of times. The movie's nuts. The movie's nuts. Like
That movie is fucking crazy when you break it down. That movie's insane.
Tied up for children.
Crazy teacher in that like gets me every time.
You have like Mr. Trunchbull like just grab a girl by the pigtails, just throw her, and there's people like he probably killed people. You don't know. You know, he's probably killed some kids. You don't know. The chokey looks fucking.
It's horrifying. Yeah,
it's horrifying. Yeah,
like you know even you know obviously the parents are kind of are intense. Like it's just it's not like it's almost like you can make this edit this into a horror movie and it would work. And then obviously and we're gonna get another Matilda movie because they're doing based off the musical which is Emma Thompson. That should be interesting. Based on the musical by Tim Minchin, who's an Australian comedian. But anyway, so that should be fun. So I probably have more like I do like Hot Rod, but I have more like nostalgia, and I do go back watch Matilda a lot. So I'll go Matilda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcolm,
what do you think?
I still haven't seen Hot Rod. I'll get to it eventually. I might actually watch it tonight. But Matilda's a movie that I've watched so many times as a kid, and just when I go back to ages, and it's one of those ones like Pam Ferris's Miss Trunchbull really makes me think Aunt Marge from Harry Potter is a really nice person. But it's also got Pee Wee Herman as an FBI agent investigating Danny DeVito. So I'm going to go Matilda.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, but Hot Rod wins. Brian wrote it first.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, Malcolm, Hot Rod's really funny and everybody loves it, so you'll probably hate it.
That was one.
Thinking isn't funny at all. So yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the best laughs I've had in a while. Here comes that old bag Matilda coming down the hallway.
Matilda.
Got Hot Rod. Moving on. Then up next we have Young Frankenstein versus Dr. Libre.
Well, I'm up first. I won't get into it. I've left my feelings about Nacho Libre on the table many times, so I'll just say I'm a Mel Brooks guy. I like Mel Brooks movies, so I'll go Young Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's tough. Like I like both of these for different reasons, but I feel like I kind of know where it might be going here, so I'll go with Young Frankenstein. Sure, we'll give it some love.
All right. Wolf?
Wolfman?
So I've got my movies I watch when I'm like depressed or sad, and then I got my movies I watch when I'm sick. One movie I watch every time I'm sick because it always cheers me up is Nacho Libre. Like literally, I've seen it, and it's one of now literally 2 movies that I actually was like. I was hanging out with a friend one day, and I literally recited the entire movie from the first page to the last page. That's how much I have actually seen this movie. So for me, while I love Young Frankenstein, and it's probably the better movie overall for me personally, I gotta go with Nacho.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
I feel like the Nacho Libre is a movie where they came up with a pun and then made a movie around it.
It worked backwards. Like Nacho Libre, this wrestler. Yeah, now let's make him a movie going backwards. Yeah, it's
like I mean, I'll say that I'll say shout out to Silver King, R.I.P. Silver King. He's a legendary wrestler. You know, he was a great wrestler back in the day. He passed away a few years ago. And Human Tornado's wrestler that's in this movie, who I haven't. He hasn't been around for a while, but he was really good back in the day. But beyond that, I don't like Nacho Libre, Young Frankenstein easily. So Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Somehow Nacho Libre made the top 12 Jack Black movies on Rankin. But
what? How?
I don't know. But
it's got a cult following.
I personally said no to it myself. But I'm gonna go Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Brian.
Young Frankenstein is a Mel Brooks film.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of people's favorite Mel Brooks film. Mine's Blazing Saddles, but I understand the Young Frankenstein love.
Yeah.
So,
I'm the lone wolf here when it comes to voting Nacho Libre.
There you go.
Well, I like Nacho Libre, but I'm almost tempted to vote for it, but it never makes it anywhere on these polls. So I'm like whatever, just give it. With Nacho Libre,
y'all don't understand true cinema.
Young Frankenstein's good though, like putting on the Ritz and like all the kind of parody type stuff.
And Austin, you're a sucker for wrestling. It's got wrestling in it.
No, but me and Richie both agree it doesn't respect wrestling in that movie. They don't respect like how wrestling works in that movie.
Yeah. Well, it probably didn't.
Did I mess with his Jack shirt on? It's not fucking.
They didn't really do any research about it.
You can't just jump into a ring with no training and wrestle. Like that's bullshit. Sorry, like that's not like I'm a referee and like even I'm hesitant to get in and like actually wrestle a match. Like and I've been around the business for 16 years. But like Jesus, like no, you can't just jump in there. And they also treat it like a shoot, which is weird. So yeah, I think that's.
I mean, maybe Nacho would have stood a chance if it went up against like the Johnny Depp's Charlie and the Chocolate Fish.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe.
Yeah. Right. But we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit going up against Twins.
Okay.
So.
One of the other Ivan Reitman, Arnold Schwarzenegger comedies. Jordan.
So I've tried to go back and watch Twins. I remember that I liked it when it first came out, but this movie does not hold up. Like it feels very dated. It just doesn't really like do a whole lot for me anymore. Which it did. Like one of those ones that went down a lot on a rewatch. But Roger Rabbit, like being a movie from the 80s, it still holds up. Like it holds up really well for me. So I gotta go with Roger Rabbit. So yeah. Wolfman.
Yeah. Both of these are fun. But for me, I gotta go with Kindergarten Cop. No, that's Twins. But no, I'm actually gonna go with. I'm not even gonna go with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm gonna go with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's just to me.
I'm gonna quote my favorite line from Twins. I'll be back.
I'll go for Life and Twin. I'm pregnant.
When he
I
tells
want my baby.
when he tells Danny DeVito like "Hasta la vista, baby," it's like
Yeah, just totally tells him off. Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah. I mean, Twins is the better Arnie. One of the Arnie comedies. I think it's good. His chemistry with Danny DeVito is great. And they obviously, like I just referenced before, they tried to rekindle that chemistry with Junior. Not a good movie though. It's but this movie is good. I still want to see that. There's a long rumored movie called Triplets or something. It's supposed to be Eddie Murphy or something. There was some. It's been talked about for ages. I feel like you got to get onto that soon before neither of them are getting any younger. So, but yeah, I wouldn't. I think it'd be a dream to see that, but I don't think we will. But as far as a better movie of these two, I think Who Framed Roger Rabbit is still a better movie. I think it's one of the best live action hybrid movies we've ever had. It's a fantastic movie, and so Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Knock on.
Apparently, Triplets has begun filming early 2022.
Well,
all right,
we're past that.
But it's also apparently got Tracy Morgan and Glenn Close in it as well. But anyway, I remember watching Twins once a long time ago. I probably I haven't seen it in a while. I'll probably go back to it. But Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a movie I keep going back to. So that's going to get my vote here.
Yeah.
Brian?
Brian.
Let's go with the upset. Let's go Twins.
All right. Yeah. And
I mean, I like Twins. I'll defend that movie. I think the movie's fun. It's definitely the better of the two Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito comedies. Yeah, it's much better than Junior. That's for damn sure. But Roger Rabbit's one of my all-time favorite movies ever, and I think it still works today, and it's great. So yeah, I'll stick with Roger Rabbit. So all right, Roger Rabbit.
Man, I was trying to read what the freaking tagline says on the poster. I brought up the poster, 3 separate tabs, and look, it's this big in every freaking tab. I can't.
I'll find it.
But anyways, I was curious what it said, but
it's
too small for me to read. So
it says,
right. It's like screwing up my internet because I'm reading at way too many tabs.
Well, no, I'll get it. It says only their mother can tell them apart.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It wasn't that.
Yeah,
It's that like
bad line.
witty or whatever.
Yeah, it's just a bad line.
Just a horrible tagline. Yeah, but it'll be Roger Rabbit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit beats Jingle All the Way. Cool.
Yep. Yeah. We got Howard, which is a documentary for the list. Maybe Brian can tell us more about what that's about. Up against Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
Who's up first? Wolfman.
I'm up first. Well, I've not seen Howard, but even if I have, Mrs. Doubtfire is one of my all-time favorite movies, like, period. I love Mrs. Doubtfire so much. Robin Williams is one of his best performances. He's just brilliant in the movie. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I haven't seen nor heard of Howard. Curious to see what it's about. But yeah, it was Doubtfire. I've seen a plethora of times. I think it's a great film. Definitely. Like one of Robin Williams, more iconic films. So yeah, and also Mara Wilson. Should get another Mara Wilson movie in there. So I'll go Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, it says Howard is the story about the guy who wrote songs from Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid. He also he created the Little Shop of Horrors musical. So yeah, sounds interesting. But Malcolm.
I've been ever since Howard dropped on Disney Plus, I've been meaning to check it out. I haven't got around to it yet. I'm not a big documentary guy anyway. But Mrs. Doubtfire is another childhood classic for me, so I'm going to go Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, For me, I gotta go Howard. It surprised me a lot. My favorite documentary I've seen about the creation of how all the Disney movies came to be in the Renaissance, and you get to see Angela Lansbury there, Pedro O'Hara, gotta go Howard.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Mrs. Doubtfire just because I've seen it a bunch of times. But yeah, it's Howard's on Disney Plus. I'll have to give it a watch because yeah, I definitely like all the music from all those early '90s Disney movies, and I'll have to give it a look. 'Cause it sounds interesting. So, but yeah, you definitely turned me on to a movie I need to go watch on Disney Plus now. So yeah, but I'll vote for Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. I'd also never heard of Howard before this, and I feel like it's a problem with streaming services. Like you don't really get very good advertisement of like what's dropping and when on these things. The only things from streaming services that really ever get like any kind of advertisement if it's maybe some big movie by a big director, or if it's something Marvel or Star Wars. That's it. Like you don't really see any other like marketing for any of this stuff. So it's like I never know when these things drop. I didn't know it was a thing, but I'm gonna go check it out. And Mrs. Doubtfire, like I think it's kind of overrated, but just because I haven't seen Howard, I'll still vote for Mrs. Doubtfire. So
All right. So Mrs. Doubtfire will through.
yeah,
And we're almost to the end of the side, and then we can fly. We're almost there. It's for this
Yeah.
first 64 Pulp Fiction, a favorite on tournament
Fiction.
fights.
yeah, up against Rain Man.
Rain Man. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Richie's up first on this one.
I feel like we can go back to see all of people's top whatever. I think Pulp Fiction's probably made every list.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe.
Everyone.
Every one of that individual list. But,
Who didn't have
yeah.
Pulp Fiction on their list? Raise their hand. We all
I
did.
do have it.
Yeah. Who didn't?
but-
It's hard to find one that doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like Rayman's pretty good, but like Pulp Fiction, it gets. I know there's probably people who get sick of talking about it, but it's a fantastic movie and deserves its praise. And yeah, it's I only watched it the first time like in 2020 when the theaters opened back up and they were showing old movies, and so I had the opportunity to see Pulp Fiction in the theater, so I did, and it was a great experience. I had a great day. I'll go Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Not gonna lie, seeing Raymond here surprises me for knowing what I know about Brian.
Yeah.
But look, Pulp Fiction is just that good. It makes like and unfortunately, it's one of those ones like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a good movie.
Flawless.
I do like Rain Man, but I'm still gonna go Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Brian?
I'll go Rape on this one. See an upset.
Yeah. Austin?
I can see that if it was against somebody else, but yeah, I've only seen Rayman once. Like I do think it's a good movie, but it's definitely an underrated like Tom Cruise movie. Like that doesn't get talked about a lot in his filmography. But yeah, I'll still go Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Richie, I'm the same way. I finally got to see that on a big screen probably 5 or 6 years ago on a screening, as well as Reservoir Dogs one other week. So that was a lot of fun getting to see those two on the big screen. And yeah, it's great. I mean, me and Papa West had a battleground match, and it was like most overrated, I hate overrated questions, but most overrated Tarantino movie, and he tried to say that like Pulp Fiction was, and I was like, no, like, and he started bringing up tournament fights, our shows. I was like, no, the reason why it's not is because it's on everybody's goddamn list. That means it's still great. That means it's probably, you could make the argument that it's still the most synonymous, Tarantino movie, because everybody talks it. When you think Tarantino, you think Pulp Fiction. It's like the first thing you think of. So yeah, Pulp Fiction.
What did you think? For overrated.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Which is a little
that
tougher
movie-
because
that movie- that
it's his
movie's
most recent
incredible.
one. Well,
Yeah.
Go watch the fight if you want to see my arguments. So there you go.
Well, I drove in 1967. Tuesdays are chocolate pudding day. At 4 p.m. we watch Jeopardy and the Wheel. The Rain Man is a fun movie to quote. Like I think that Dustin Hoffman is like really great at playing like an autistic guy. I think that's what he is, right? But he like it's really solid. But I mean, it's going up against Pulp Fiction, which is like I can't think of anything wrong with this movie. I think it's Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece, and like I usually say it every time that that's kind of like like when I saw it for the first time, which was not too long ago, I felt like I was watching a master class on how films in general should be made. So yeah, I gotta go with Pulp Fiction. So
All right, Wolf.
So both of these movies are in my top 64. I love Rain Man. I know it gets backlash because of them not hiring a real autistic actor, but whatever. Dustin Hoffman did a great job. But I gotta say, it would be totally against me. Anyone who knows me knows Quentin Tarantino is my #1 favorite director of all time. So it would be totally against me to vote out Pulp Fiction, and Pulp Fiction is in my top 5 movies of all time. So I for sure got to go with Pulp Fiction. It is his masterpiece. It is an absolutely brilliant film. Should have won Best Picture in '94.
yeah,
Just saying. So yeah, it is.
I thought you were gonna be like, I gotta say that Rain Man was my nickname in high school. But yeah.
all the ladies look to me. They're like, "It's Rain Man."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mr. Rain Man Matilda.
Yeah. Rain Man Matilda Jr. Yeah. But yeah, we got Pulp Fiction. I think that's the last one. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we're not doing horrible on time, but we're gonna fly through to finish here, so we don't keep Brian too long. So, but this is where we would speed it up anyway. So literally, this is gonna be 10 seconds or less. Just pretty much, just your votes. So now that we've gotten our thoughts out of the way, so just your votes, and we'll get. We won't do a poll for this episode. I decided we're not really going to do polls until we get to the final championship episode. But I will jot down, Brian, the 16 that come out of here. So basically, the ones that win all these matchups will be in the 16, and then they will move on to your championship of 32. So whatever wins these brackets will go into that. So I'll have to jot these down as we go. So,
yeah. So we got South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut up against Monsters, Inc. So,
all right.
And
so Malcolm, yeah, we'll go quickly.
Monsters Inc.
All right, Brian.
South Park.
Okay. I'm gonna go Monsters Inc.
I will also go Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Wolfman.
Monsters Inc.
Okay. And Richie.
Monsters Inc.
All right, Monsters Inc. moves on to the championship tournament.
All right.
That's the first one. Okay.
We have Sky High going up against Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Okay, Brian, you're up first.
Sky High.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with one in my 64, Sky High.
Yeah, and I'll also go Sky High. So.
Okay.
Wolfman?
Hero! You know my answer.
Yeah, sidekick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Richie?
I'll go with the Kanye West song, Sky High.
All right.
Yeah.
And Malcolm.
Some people call me a royal pain, so I'm going to go Sky High.
Yeah. All right, Sky High with the sweep. And moves on.
I'll go get Sky High and watch Sky High.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let's see, we have Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, up against Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. Okay, I'm up first. I will say Uncle Buck.
I think I'll go with The Spy Who Shagged Me. So,
all right, Wolf, are you there?
I am here. And I'm going to pick Austin Powers.
Okay. And Richie?
Austin Powers.
All right, Malcolm?
Spy Who Shagged Me.
Okay, and Brian?
Uncle Buck.
Okay, well, 4-2, a little love, but Austin Powers' Spy Who Shagged Me moves on.
With that, my top number 5 is gone.
Oh, you're number 5. Oh. Okay, there goes Uncle Buck. I'm glad somebody loves it as much as I do. I love that movie. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, we have Spider-Man 2 going up against Home Alone 2, so a couple sequels. So.
Okay, Jordan.
Oh man, this one's tough. This might be one of the toughest ones for me. I freaking love Home Alone. So, I mean, for as much as I love Spider-Man, I don't know. I'm just gonna give some love to Home Alone 2. That doesn't get enough on any of these shows. So yeah, Home Alone 2.
All right, Wolf.
Spider-Man 2. Sam Raimi's masterpiece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And Malcolm.
That might be the first time Jordan's ever voted against Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. Might be.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Brian?
Spidey.
And
I'll go with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't go with like some of my favorite Home Alone 2 quotes. Watch it, kid. We're talking about that.
We're talking about the other night. Yeah.
Our podcast, just some of the really random kind of creepy things he runs into it, like roaming the streets of New York. But we got Toy Story 2 up against Jackass.
Okay. Excellent. All right, Wolfman.
Toy Story.
Jackass.
Toy Story 2. I mean, come
All
on.
right. Richie?
I'm gonna go Jackass on this one.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Brian?
Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
You put him in front of me right now? I'm going to watch Jackass. Jackass.
Oh, yeah. You put these two in front of me every time I watch Jackass. So.
Oh, okay. So you saying Jackass?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got a tie. So it goes to Wolf for the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he's not going to go with the underdog that time. All right. Toy Story 2. Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, why would he go for movies he's never seen?
Oh, yeah. I guess you never
Well,
seen
I chose the broomsticks one just because I thought it sounded better.
Yeah.
yeah, the Bedknobs broomsticks. Yeah. We got 40-Year-Old Virgin versus Skyfall.
Oh, that's a good match. Richie?
40-year-old virgin.
All right,
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
I'll go for the opposite of 40-year-old version, Skyfall.
Yeah.
Man, he's definitely not a 4-year-old version. James Bond.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
No, he probably slept with 40-plus women. Yeah.
Oh, 40,000 women.
Yeah, right. Brian?
40-year-old virgin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with
Austin?
one of the greatest posters of all time. The one for the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah. I'm going to go with maybe one of the more generic posters, but Skyfall.
Okay. And Wolf.
I am going to go with 40-year-old virgin. Sorry.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
All right. So 40-year-old virgin takes it.
40-Year-Old
My
Virgin
favorite,
takes it.
my
All
favorite
right.
Bond movie of all time, but 40
Yeah. It's a great comedy. Let's see. We got Looney Tunes back in action up against Liar Liar.
Okay. And Malcolm's up first.
Looney Tunes back in action.
All right. Brian?
Liar, liar.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
Austin?
Liar Liar.
Yeah, I got to go with Liar Liar. Easy, yeah.
All right, Wolfman.
My heart says Looney Tunes, but my mind says Liar Liars, and I'm going to go with my mind. So Liar Liar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie?
Liar, liar.
All right. So Liar Liar gets in there.
Liar Liar. All right.
Okay.
I want to see that movie go up against one of the National Lampoon's movie because they got the same pose like from that poster. But we have Coming to America, T.O. this time.
Oh,
Versus Aladdin.
This is Aladdin.
All right. So start with Brian this time.
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also just gonna go to Aladdin because I've seen it more times.
And same here. I've seen it way more times. Aladdin.
Wolf.
Wolfman.
You ain't never had a friend like me, Aladdin.
Yep.
Richie.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go Aladdin as well.
All right. And Malcolm.
Just so it's not a complete clean sweep. Coming to America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
You ain't never had a friend like King Zamunda? No.
Yeah.
Aladdin. All right.
All right. So that's that half. So we've got our first batch of the 16. We'll find out what's going to join it in the championship.
Yeah,
So,
let's see.
All right.
Yeah,
Kid.
the Kid versus Princess
of Egypt. All right. Strange match.
Yeah,
I'm up first. I'm gonna go Honey. I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh man. Yeah, like I think Prince of Egypt is probably the better movie, but man, like I grew up with Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, so yeah, I'll go Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
All right.
Wolfman?
All right, Wolf.
I'm going to go with Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie?
I haven't seen Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, but I feel like I might enjoy it more once I do get around to seeing it. So I'll go Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Malcolm?
I'm gonna go Prince of Egypt.
Okay. It might be up to Brian here to see what happens. Brian?
Abdul the Kid.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Okay. Oddly enough, it's hanging in there in this tournament, so doing
Honey,
quite well.
I Blew Up the Kid.
All right. So it actually makes it to the championship. How about that?
Yeah, it'll make it to the championship.
All
Interesting,
right.
but
Mhm.
May not stand much of a chance, but you never
Well,
know.
that'll give Richie some time to maybe watch it before the
Yeah,
final
yeah,
championship round.
yeah.
About 2 months
Yeah,
from now, you can watch it. It's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives me a reason to.
Yeah.
Yep. We have the Emperor's
So-
New Groove. We're gonna there's something about Mary.
Okay, Jordan, you're first.
I gotta go Emperor's New Groove. Yeah.
Okay.
Wolfman?
Emperor's New Groove. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
I'll go something like Mary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Malcolm.
Malcolm.
I'll also go There's Something About Mary.
All right,
Yeah.
Brian.
Right?
New Groove.
Yeah.
And I'll go Emperor's New Groove. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So it'll be
All right. So the Emperor's New Groove. Okay.
Emperor's New Groove. Pull the lever right to the next round. We got Billy Madison up against Role Models.
Oh, tough comedy match. There you
Yeah.
go. Okay, we'll start with
All
Wolfman.
right.
I didn't vote for her earlier, but I'm actually going to give it to Billy Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie.
Because I don't think it appears on here as often as it maybe should. I'm going to go Role Models.
Malcolm.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Billy Madison.
Oh, this is the only time he'll ever vote for it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Two comedies he doesn't like.
Yep.
All right. Brian?
Brian.
Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with the one I've seen more times. That's Billy Madison.
Yeah. I'll go with Billy Madison. Hey, side bunch, you want some of this milk? This could be our milk. Rather have a beer. Like when he says that to me. Like my little brother, I taught him that line when he was like 4 years old, and then when my mom came around to offer him some milk, he's like, rather have a beer to my mom. So like, it was fun. Yeah. But up next we have St. Vincent versus Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, Richie.
St. Vincent.
Okay, Malcolm.
Prisoners of Azkaban.
Okay, and Brian.
St.
Right.
Vincent.
I'll go St. Vincent.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'll also go St. Vincent.
All right, and
Wolfman.
And I'm going to make you all switch your votes right now to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Hey, I'm not switching my vote to St. Vincent.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know the spell for forgetting stuff. I only know like 2 Harry Potter spells.
All right, well, St. Vincent maybe pulls a little bit of an upset there. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
All right, we got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory up against
Jackass
Jackass
3D.
3D.
All right, so Malcolm.
Who's the bigger jackass here?
Didn't the Johnny Depp one go up against the Jackass movie in the first? And
Yeah, it
and
did.
the
I
others?
think they did.
This first
Oh
movie?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right.
But I'm gonna go for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. Brian?
Wonka.
Yeah.
You know
Awesome.
what? Why the fuck not? Jackass 3D.
Yeah, this one's like tougher than I would have thought. You wouldn't think it'd be tough, but Jackass 3, sure, why not? Wolfman?
Willy Wonka.
All right, and Richie.
Jackass 3.
Well, we have a
Ooh.
tie, and it goes to Richie, so he can stick with it or change it.
Jackass 3.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
All right, so I think
good.
that's the second Jackass movie that's gone through. 2 of them. were
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
And with
Oh
that,
no, actually, Jackass the movie did not go through. I'm sorry, I don't
It
think
did
it
get
did.
3.
Yeah.
and with that, my number one's gone.
Your number 1 is gone.
Ooh.
Oh, Willy Wonka. Oh
Number
no!
one,
That's-
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's right. Didn't it win your original 64, Brian?
And
That's right, it did, because he was like, "Oh, I'm watching Willy Wonka right now because my thing was yesterday." So yeah, okay. So there goes his number
Yep,
1.
and-
All right.
Yep, now he's gonna hold a grudge against Richie for
No. Well, it just means he's guaranteed to have a new Tournament Fights favorite movie. So if any,
Yeah.
that's kind of fun. So
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, it's
I
all
mean,
good.
doesn't Brian already hold a grudge
He already
against
holds a grudge against me.
Yeah, they competed so many times.
And
It's
you
like
don't
he already does.
sometimes.
yeah. All right. Batman
Yeah.
Begins
Batman
against
Begins
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
Okay. Brian, you're first.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Okay. I'm also gonna go Hot Rod.
Yeah, who parties harder? Hot Rod or Rod from Hot Rod or Bruce Wayne? I think I gotta go with Hot Rod probably.
Okay.
So
Wolf.
Wolf.
Y'all are all like disappointing me right now. I cannot believe you guys. But like, despite my nickname being Hot Rod in high school, I'm gonna go with Batman Begins.
Yeah, it's not your nickname anymore if you read your name down.
Richie.
Batman Begins.
All right, and Malcolm.
I probably could have finished Top Rod by now, but I'm going to go Batman Begins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, we have another tie, and it goes to Malcolm for the tiebreaker.
Heat it up, yeah.
Batman Begins.
All right.
All right.
Batman Begins takes it.
Batman. All right.
Okay.
Then we got Young Frankenstein up against Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
All right. Now I'm up first. I'm gonna go Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, I got to go with Roger Rabbit.
All right.
Wolfman.
Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
Okay.
Richie.
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Rabbit of the Roger variety.
Okay.
Yep.
And Brian.
And Brian.
Roger Rabbit.
All right.
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit moves on.
Roger. Moving on. And we got Mrs. Doubtfire against Pulp Fiction.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Jordan.
Oh, I gotta go Pulp Fiction. Easy.
Wolf.
Wolfman.
Mrs. No, it's Pulp Fiction all the way.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Pulp Fiction.
All right.
Yeah.
And Malcolm.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Ooh. All right. Brian.
This is Doubtfire.
Whoa. Okay.
Austin.
You know what? Just to make it fun and let Brian have the tiebreaker, I'll go Mrs. Doubtfire.
Ooh.
So it'll be a tie, and I'll go to I'll let our man of honor.
You know what's gonna happen?
You know what's
Doubtfire.
what the
Yeah.
hell? Why would you do that, Austin?
Yeah.
to get
I'll give you that too.
well, because listen, hold on, just stop. Listen, because most of the ones that have made it through were not the ones Brian voted for. I wanted to give him a chance to have the power to put something through what he wanted.
Yeah, but you're picking your favorite of the.
I'm letting him pick his favorite. It wasn't on me. It was on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
And
doing
you just
Brian
want
a
to ruin
favor.
all our hopes and dreams, didn't you?
Why? Because Pulp Fiction wins every goddamn tournament? Like, how many times has Pulp Fiction won?
It
Yeah.
deserves to win. That's why.
Yeah. All right. That's fine.
Jeez.
Throwing a bone to our guest
Yeah.
of honor.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with
fair,
that.
Yeah. No.
You know?
Nothing wrong with it.
Love
No.
Anarchy.
You know, he could have put through Pulp Fiction. It was his choice.
You're not throwing a bone to like Richie or anything. It's to Brian for his episode.
It's on his episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Monsters Inc. up against Sky High.
Okay.
So,
We'll go with Wolfman first.
I'm actually going to go with Monsters Inc. this time.
Okay. Richie.
Monsters Inc.
yeah. Malcolm.
Sky High.
Yeah.
Brian.
Sky High.
I'm gonna go Sky High.
Ooh. I think I gotta go Monsters Inc.
Another tie goes to me. Sky High. Sidekick. All right. The movie doesn't get enough love. The movie's great.
Yeah. Then we got Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, up against Spider-Man 2.
Two sequels.
Two sequels. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Richie.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Spy Who Shagged Me.
And Brian.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll go Spider-Man. Yeah.
Wolf.
Same ring as Masterpiece. Batman 2.
Yeah.
I'm not to be confused with the crossover. Spider-Man Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man
Yeah.
who shagged me. That's gross.
Yeah.
Isn't that Mary Jane's autobiography name?
Yeah. It's gonna be the like really bad. Who are the guys that make horrible parody movies? Those two guys.
Oh yeah, Friedberg and Seltzer movie.
Yeah. That's gonna be the next Friedberg and Seltzer
Spider-Man
movie.
Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
Who shagged me.
Look, we need a better one to do that one. We need to get David Zucker.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Yeah, we at least need that quality. Yeah,
At least the Wayans brothers, for God's sakes, at least.
yeah, right.
At minimum.
At least Mel Brooks or something. Come on.
Yeah.
But
All right. Toy Story
we
2.
got Toy Story 2 up against the 40-year-old virgin.
Interesting. Okay. Malcolm.
40-year-old virgin.
All right.
Yeah,
Brian.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
I'll go Toy Story 2.
I'll go the 40-year-old virgin.
Okay. Wolf.
I am gonna go with Toy Story 2.
Okay.
Yep.
And Richie.
I'll go 40-year-old virgin.
All right. Oh, we got another tie, so it goes to Jordan this time.
I think I got to go with the 40-year-old virgin. So.
All right. So the 40-year-old virgin takes the tie there. Okay.
Keeps it there. Then we got Liar Liar up against Aladdin.
Okay. Brian's up first.
Laddie.
Liar, liar.
Okay. I'm gonna go Liar Liar.
Yeah, I gotta go. Ooh, kind of tough. I'll go Liar Liar. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll be the lone wolf and go with Aladdin.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie.
I'll go Liar Liar.
All right.
Yeah.
And Malcolm.
It's a whole new world for Fletcher. I'm going to go Aladdin.
Okay.
All right.
Fairly close, but it's a Liar Liar on this one.
And
That was like
goodbye,
the
number
like-
6.
Oh, Aladdin's number 6. There goes number 6. Okay.
It was like the double switcheroo, Malcolm. A whole new world for Fletcher, but then you still went with Aladdin. Yeah. Oh.
All right.
All right.
So we're getting there. Getting the rest of the Elite Eight will be coming up. So
Yeah, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid against the Emperor's New Groove.
All right, I'm up first. I'm going to go Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
It's been real Rick Moranis and Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, but I got to go with the Emperor's New Groove here. So, Wolfman?
Emperor's New Groove for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richie?
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah. Brian?
New Groove.
Okay.
Yeah. New Groove.
All right.
All right. We have Billy Madison up against St. Vincent.
Okay, St. Vincent holding on. So
Who's first?
Jordan first.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta go with my favorite Adam Sandler movie, Billy Madison. So,
Okay.
Wolfman?
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna vote for St. Vincent.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Richie?
Richie?
Yeah, I'll go Billy Madison.
Malcolm?
Spite vote for Prisoner of Azkaban, Billy Madison.
Yes, let's go.
Wow. Brian?
Brian?
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, stick with Billy Madison. Yeah.
Billy passed the 3rd grade. Oh, what a glorious day. Oh, passing 3rd grade. The Billy Madison way. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Jackass 3D versus Batman Begins. All right.
Yeah.
Wolfman's up first if he's still with us.
I am still here,
Okay.
and I am going to pick Batman Begins.
Okay.
Richie.
Yeah, I'll go Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yes, Malcolm's dogs. We know. God damn, it's a tough match. I know. Good
Yeah.
yeah, Malcolm.
Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Brian.
Spy vote for Batman Begins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have gone Jackass 3D.
Yeah, why not? Let's go Jackass 3D.
Not quite the comeback, but almost.
Yeah,
Batman Begins takes it.
Not quite, yeah.
All right.
All right. And we still have Who Framed Roger Rabbit up against Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, Richie.
Roger Rabbit.
All right.
Malcolm?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
All right.
That became really loud. Mrs.
Doubtfire.
Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. What, Brian, you
Doubtfire.
missed Doubtfire? Okay, gotcha. All right, I'll go Roger Rabbit.
Yes, Malcolm coming in too loud and Brian too quiet. But, I'll go with with Roger Rabbit.
Okay, and Wolf.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, we have another tie, and it goes to Wolf.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
All right, maybe
That's fair. We're showing a lot of love to Who Framed Roger Rabbit on
Yeah.
All right. I think we're down. What is this, the Elite Eight or what?
This is the Elite Eight. But again, we're not really having a poll for these until we get to the championship. But we'll still get to see what will be a favorite, and maybe the championship. So, and we'll at least be maybe Brian with this one, he can still watch whatever wins tonight, this week or something like that, for fun.
It'll be about a month away. So
What will be maybe a top contender once we get there. So Malcolm, we got Sky High and Spider-Man 2.
Sky High.
Brian.
Sky High.
Ooh.
Sky High.
I gotta go Spider-Man 2.
Wolf.
I
know
am
you're
going
with
to pick Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Richie.
Richie?
Either way, I get the tiebreaker. If I guess, I'll go Spider-Man 2.
Right. Well, it's inevitable at this point, but you got the tie, Richie. So I guess you're just going to vote for the same one. I'm assuming.
I think I'll go Spider-Man 2.
Okay. All right.
He's going to switch it up and go for Spider-Man 2 for a change. All right? Yeah.
Okay.
We got the 40-Year-Old Virgin up against
Liar. Ooh, one of the best of the 90s and the best of the 2000s.
That'd be a great double feature.
That's a great afternoon right there. Yeah, that is.
For some reason, whenever that comes up, I want to call that movie Trust Me because it's bigger than the actual title.
Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin versus Trust Me.
Trust me.
Who's first?
Brian.
Liar.
Okay. I'll go 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Man. Oh, this is probably the toughest one of the night for me.
5, 4,
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay. Got you down.
Okay, so oh man, this is also the toughest one of the night for me so far. I gotta go a liar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie?
Liar.
And Malcolm.
Trust me, I'm going to vote for 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we have another tie, and it goes to Malcolm. You gonna stick with it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
All right.
Yeah.
The Virgin moves on.
I love for you to change your vote. I'm like, I don't trust you at all. You
Yeah.
Whatever you mean.
No way.
And with that, we're on number 10.
Oh, number
Okay.
10 is Liar. Okay. Oh man, they're getting all knocked out here. Oh, he's still got some hanging on though. So probably some we haven't some we didn't even see tonight in his top 10. Probably won't even see the next episode. So, all right.
Yeah.
So Emperor's New Groove and Billy Madison on the other side. I'm up first. I'm gonna go Billy Madison.
Yep. I'll go with Billy Madison. Yep.
All right.
Wolf. I'm it's Billy Madison versus Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Emperor's New Groove, definitely.
Okay. And Richie?
Billy Madison.
All right. And Malcolm?
I was starting to think the porn bots were never going to turn up this episode.
Yeah, right. The new one says 84% will find a girl for you. That's what it says.
Oh, okay. 84% of what?
Yeah.
84% will find a girl for you. What does that mean?
That's the thing. 82% or 84%. Like they do that on
probability
on that movie. The movie Orange County, where like Harold Ramis, when he's like, "That's the thing, 82%," and he's like high on something.
It might as well just say 60% of the time it works every time, like an egg.
Yeah, right. Every time. Yeah.
Anyways, Malcolm.
I went to Emperor's New Groove.
Okay, and Brian.
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, it's a tie, and unfortunately, Brian, you got to make your own tiebreaker and choose your two.
Emperor's New Groove.
All right, I'm pretty sure Emperor's New Groove is in Brian's top 10, so he might have just saved one of his top 10 movies. Okay, if I had to guess, he talks about it a lot, so I kind of guessed that. All right,
no more Billy.
All right, so it's in the final four. We'll see how far it
Billy
gets.
peed his pants and then exited the tournament.
Batman
we're
Begins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got Batman Begins. Sorry, Batman Begins versus Mrs. Doubtfire.
Stuffware. Okay. Jordan.
I gotta go Batman Begins.
All right. And
Wolfman.
I am here, and
Yeah.
Are you?
Ooh,
I can't see.
ooh. Oh man, this one's tough. Okay. Sorry, Nolan. I'm gonna go with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
No, actually, you know what? I like Mrs. Doubtfire better, but out of just pure anger of it beating Pulp Fiction, I'm gonna go with Batman Begins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last second spite vote. Yeah. Richie.
Richie.
I'll go Mrs. Doubtfire. I like it seeing again. So you're doing all right. So.
All right.
Malcolm.
I'm surprised he didn't do the spite vote when Mrs. Doubtfire went up against Who Wants a Rabbit. But
Yeah.
but I'm going to do Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Brian.
Doubtfire.
Austin.
Batman Begins. So
Ooh, is it
that
tied?
gives myself the tie vote. So I'll stick with Batman. Sorry, Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been fun to see Mrs.
What you say?
Doubtfire.
Batman beated Robin?
Yeah.
Batman beat Robin.
It would have been fun to see Mrs. Doubtfire go up against Matilda because it's that same little girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Wilson.
I forget her name, like Maura Tierney. Is that her name? Okay.
It's a very well. We got two comedies, two of the best comedies versus two of the best superhero movies. So interesting. On opposite sides. So we'll see what happens here in this final four. Yeah, because maybe arguably one of the best of the. Oh no, I'm sorry. Billy Madison did win. I'm sorry. We got New Groove. My bad. I forgot New Groove beat.
Comedy versus.
So we got one animated, one still a comedy. But yeah, comedy, animated comedy, and two superhero movies. So all right, Wolf, Spider-Man 2 versus 40-Year-Old Virgin.
So just so we can have, if it goes my way, just so we can have two comic book movies go up against each other, I'm going to have to pick Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, we're going to have the Marvel versus DC. I mean, it's not technically, it's like Sony, but it's still Marvel.
Yeah.
But, Richie?
So it's Spider-Man 2 and 40-Year-Old Virgin, right? That was
Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Brian.
Brian.
You're a virgin.
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to go 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, and I'm going to go Spider-Man 2.
And we got a tie. A lot of these coming out. But Jordan, you going to stick with Spidey?
What do you think? Should I stick with Spider-Man that I always vote for? Yeah, Spider-Man. Oh, yeah.
You're so predictable.
Yeah. Sorry.
Always vote for unless it comes up against Home Alone.
Yeah.
We're not going to go with what we say earlier, the Spider-Man who shagged me. I mean,
Yeah.
you still do it. See who's up next.
So Richie, you're up first for Emperor's New Groove and Batman Begins.
You know what? Just because it's in Brian's top one, and I'll throw him a bone. And also, it's a good movie. I'll go Emperor's New Groove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Batman Begins.
Brian.
New Groove.
I've seen it more times, Brian. Batman Begins. I've only seen Emperor's New Groove like twice, so I didn't really grow up with it.
Well, I just want to show some love to Emperor's New Groove. I did kind of grow up with it, sort of. I mean, I was older when it came out, but I watched it a lot. So.
Yeah. All right. And Wolf.
Just so we can have our comic book fight. Batman Begins.
All right. We got a tie, and it's on you, Wolf. Yeah.
So we need to have just so we get Marvel versus DC.
Yeah.
We gotta go Batman Begins.
Oh, there goes what number is that, Brian?
4.
Number 4. There goes his number 4.
Number 4.
Hey, but it'll still be in the championship of 32, so you still have another chance for Emperors because again, it made that Sweet 16, so it'll still be there. So not to worry, it didn't win this one, but you'll see it again. So a lot of those ones that got voted out actually will still be in your 16. So all right, so literally Marvel versus DC, Batman Begins versus Spider-Man 2.
Right.
So we'll see what comes out. Malcolm. Go first.
You know what won't be back in the championship though? Pulp Fiction. but anyway, I'm going to go Batman because
Sad when masterpieces don't make it. But yeah.
Brian.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm usually a DC guy, but one of these two is in my 128, and that's Spider-Man 2. So I'll go Spider-Man 2.
Well, funny enough, both of these are in my 128, but I got to go with Spider-Man 2.
All right. And Wolfman.
And well, you talked about masterpieces not getting in. It looks like a masterpiece is still getting in, and that is the masterpiece that is Spider-Man 2. So
yeah.
And Richie, just to finish it
Yeah.
up.
Spider-Man 2.
All right. It's always like we never really have ties in like the actual championship. Sometimes it usually is like lopsided one way or the other.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Spider-Man 2 as of tonight, right now for this tournament, Brian is your favorite this evening. But,
it's your favorite
Spider-Man
right there.
2.
Oh.
Well, not fully, but of tonight. So maybe put on Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, you can watch it.
Yeah.
We have 1 month to watch it before your next episode.
Your next episode, yeah, because you got your other 64 will be coming up, and then a couple months from now we'll have your championship of 32. So, and just to remind everybody, the 16 from this episode that we will see again in that 32 will be Monsters Inc., Sky High, Austin Powers and Spidey Shag Me, Spider-Man 2, Toy Story 2, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Liar Liar, Aladdin, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, The Emperor's New Groove, Billy Madison, St. Vincent, Jackass 3, Batman Begins, Roger Rabbit, and Mrs. Doubtfire. We'll see again.
Man, let's try and get a finals of like Honey, I Blew Up the Kid versus Jackass 3 or something crazy. That'd be awesome. yeah.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid versus Big.
Yeah.
If it's in there.
Yeah. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid versus My Giant.
Yeah.
And other big movie puns. Yeah. But
all right,
yeah, that was a fun time. So yeah, that's a pretty big tournament. So that was fun to kind of see what he had. So we'll save the next reveal till next time in about a month. So that'll do it. So that's fun. Not too long. We didn't go over 4 hours quite. So
well, Brian, you're probably up against a time constraint. So if you want to go first on the plugs, and then if you got to dip out of here. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, and then we'll let you go, man.
You can find me anywhere in Computer Trivia, mostly be Richie and JPL's league.
I was nice to you the whole time in this league, and then you go anyway.
Yeah.
I believe I'll be on tomorrow night for Frenzy, I believe. Top Shelf Frenzy.
Yeah.
And I'll be back here on Tuesday for franchises.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Brian. I told him it was the week of Brian this week. So
yeah, it is.
Exactly.
All right, man. Well, if you got to go, I know you're it's a little running late for you, but yeah, we'll see you this week. And yeah, it was good. It was a good list tonight.
Yeah.
It was a nice, diverse list of stuff. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. All right.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
All right. There goes Brian. Wolfman, you got anything to plug?
I am here, and I just now noticed, literally just now, that y'all changed my name to Matoda. Okay.
You finally noticed that I changed it after that because that's your nickname in high school. It took you the whole episode to notice.
Yes, it is. It took me the whole. It took me literally just now. But yeah. So you can find me on YouTube at Mega Movies. I will be doing tomorrow night Halloween 4 as part of my second favorite Halloween film.
It's a good Halloween movie. It's a damn good movie.
It's a really good one. It's part of the Halloween Stream review series. So you guys can check that out. And I'll also be finishing off my Better Call Saul after show that same night, tomorrow night. And then also this week, it was going to happen this weekend, but now it looks like it's going to happen next weekend. Fellowship of the Geeks is happening, where we will be talking about, Rings of Power, stuff like that. So
yeah, when does that drop? Is that soon or did it already drop?
It's September 1st.
It drops
September
like
1st.
September.
Okay,
September 1st.
September 1st, not quite yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll see if that $1 billion pays off.
Yeah.
Spent $1 billion on that show. It better be worth it.
Yeah,
I'll
it
tell you that.
better be.
Better be $1
What's
billion
different?
good.
Every effect better look amazing for $1 billion. I'll tell you that. Really,
Yeah.
best shit you've ever seen on TV.
Better blow your mind.
Oh yeah, and better. But yeah, so that's like all the other stuff I have coming up, plus any other kind of things I might have coming up here soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also my Awards Roundtable show is happening this week where we're giving our super early 2023 Oscar predictions. So there's
Nice.
that coming up soon too. So
Okay.
Sounds good. Richie.
Cool.
Yeah.
Look, you can find me, like on, on Jordan's League sometimes. Look, sometimes getting beat by Brian. I don't want to say all the time. I beat him sometime, and
Sometimes.
he glosses over that. And then you can find me no, that one's going up, but I'll be filming a judging and debate tomorrow. It was meant to be today, but stuff happened, so it'll be tomorrow. And then I find me on the Lonely Marks podcast on Thursday. About we're talking about our favorite wrestlers, and also I'll to make sure people like Jordan and Jacob watch it. But going through the very infamously maybe infamously bad pay-per-view, just a pay-per-view from 1997 called NWO Sold Out. So we're going to review that. And I'll be on the top 5 on Tuesday doing best franchises. And then other than that, I'm around. So
Yeah. Sounds
You
good.
can find him going to Mick Foley's shows and taking pictures with him. I did the same thing about 3 years ago, Richie. Got a picture with him.
Nice.
Good dude. Good show. Yeah.
good show. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, Malcolm, where can we find you?
You can find me on Tape View Productions, where I host Rankum every Saturday. Next week it's going to be top 12 Idris Elba movies.
Nice.
And you can also find me this week doing Frenzy and best movie franchises as well. And I host trivia over on Full Metal.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, where can we find you?
I'll be hosting Top 12 Frenzy tomorrow night with my categories, so you can catch me there hosting with these guys playing. And I believe, Jordan, we're doing our draft on Wednesday. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, I guess so. Yeah, we're live from
Saturday Night Live draft.
Live from Movie Hero is coming back for one night only this week on Wednesday night, as myself and Jordan, Jen Kemp, and Moose Haas will be doing a fantasy SNL draft. Drafting our fantasy SNL casts and hosts and stuff. So, it's just something I thought, we've been doing these kind of fun draft things, and SNL surely has, enough, backstory to kind of, in history to make it happen. So we're going to be doing that on Wednesday. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It'll be a good time. So I'm going to do it up with graphics of like almost every single cast member. I don't know if I might like include some of those like one-offs that like didn't really do much, but I'll have most of them there. Like 98% of them there. I'll say. So yeah, but and you can find us as always on the social medias at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us in the Schmodown Friends and Family group over on Facebook, and you can find me doing some Snack Hero reviews. I'm going to try to put out one tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. My work schedule permitting, but always let everyone know on social media when we're going to drop episodes. And let's see. You can follow us on our Patreon. We've got a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Movie Hero, and I won't get too much into it because I've explained it all before, but do a lot of giveaways. We do a lot of really fun things over there, exclusive episodes. So just go check out all the tiers there. You can read about it on Patreon. But and then we'll be doing we brought back our podcast league now, so we'll be doing that Friday. But we haven't now done exactly what what the episode is. We might be leaning towards, speaking of like weird freaky things in movies. We mentioned Matilda. We might be doing some of those kinder. What do they call it? Austin kinders.
It's called they call it kinder trauma, like things that scared you as a kid that maybe weren't necessarily in horror movies. So we might be talking about that, like stuff that scared us in movies that weren't maybe necessarily like in kids' movies or animated movies or even television stuff that like scared us as kids. We might just kind of generally be talking about stuff like that. So
somebody just said my name, Matilda.
Oh yeah. Yep. We got Matilda in the house. And then just a few episodes we have coming up. So we have the top 128 movie franchise, which will be seeing most of us coming back for that. And then we do next week when we finally going to be getting to my top 128 championships. We can finally crown a grand champion for my favorite movies of all time. It'll be next Sunday. Then we'll be doing part 2 of our movie franchises. We're doing those almost kind of back-to-back weeks because we're going to have some other things going on. We're going to be out of town a little bit, so the next one won't be for a while. It won't be till October. No, it won't be till November, so we got a little time in between. So we're just getting those 2 out of the way, and then you can see what's on the list, and the championship will be coming later. But and then we're doing Austin's part 2 of his top 128, so that's coming up. We'll be doing the best movies of 2019, so we're just counting our way back, doing one a month. So we're on 2019. We'll also be rounding out our action series with the best action movies from 2005 to 2010. So we got that one. Oh yeah, the 2009. Sorry, I have it written down to his 2010, but I guess we did cover 2010. So while
05 to 09. Yeah.
While I'm looking at it, I'm changing that. So yeah, but and then we're gonna be doing best Adam Sandler movies for a tier ranker fight, and then Brian's a champ. Or wait, no.
It's the second time.
Brian's won't be for a little while actually, because we had to push it back just a little bit because we're also going to be out of town. So this will be actually in October is when it's going to be. But we do have in September our sitcom championship. Finally, we're finally getting around to our long-awaited sitcom championship, where we had to push off the 70s for so long that we actually had to do a poll in the group because we couldn't get enough people to talk about it. But surprisingly, there are some really solid sitcoms from the 70s that are going to be on there that I think it might do better than you think. So yeah, but that's where you can find us. So yeah, that was a fun time. So thanks guys. I'm sure that Brian really appreciated us doing that for him. So yeah, and we'll eventually get to some other ones like Wolfman. We'll get to your list eventually. So when you have that top 64 ready, you can shoot it over to me and we'll
gotta do my 128 at some point too.
Yeah, because I have a 64. I just want to run through it, make sure.
And actually, think Richie. Let me actually do a quick search on my schedule here because we are doing yours. I think we're doing yours in, I want to say November, because we have Jordan Owens coming up first, so we'll be getting into his and then we'll move to yours. So yeah, but yeah, that was a fun time. So that will do it. So for Matilda, for Richie, for Malcolm Lay, for Austin, for Brian Nussbaum, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and I'm just kidding. It's actually Wolfman, but we'll see you next time.